What is up? Welcome back. It is Friday night, and we are here with the Average Boys Podcast, and I am joined by my co-host and a special guest, our boy Hamm from Hamm's Arcade. What is up, boys? How's it going?
Oh, no audio
Brian,
on
you
Brian.
unmuted. You did not unmute yourself this time.
Look at
You
you.
know what it feels
we're
like.
We're just gonna move on like that.
Right, we're gonna gloss over that.
You know, karma's a bitch, and it comes
Right,
quick
dude,
too.
got your ass.
Comes back real
I'm
quick.
sorry. Now you know what it feels like.
I was saying, what's up, gentlemen? It's so glad to see you guys. Ham,
What's going on,
good
guys?
to see you as well, sir.
What is up? Hamm, how you been, man?
Doing good.
Yeah.
We're live.
Yeah, yes, we are. We're definitely live. Thank you guys for joining the stream. If you guys are out there, thank you guys very much. And we'll guys make sure you jump in the comment section. Let us know what's going on. You're going to see we're in a whole new environment here on the crispy side. We are actually here at Hamm's private arcade getting ready for tomorrow's event. Look at how cool this place looks.
All right.
Look at how, man, dude, Hamm, how did you get how did you get such cool toys, dude? It's like the Batman movie. Remember Batman, Michael Keaton? And he's like, where does he get such wonderful toys? Hamm, tell us about it. Tell us about your personal arcade, man.
It all started because I play video games.
Oh, do church.
Yeah. So if you guys know what El Central Mall is in Far, Texas, from Nickelodeon back in the day, that was like
Man, that's memories,
arcade.
bro.
Yeah.
All right, so Ham, in that particular arcade that gives you so many great memories, what was the game in there that was your go-to? What game?
It's funny because that game I still play to this day.
Okay.
And I play it at high level competitively. It's Marvel vs. Capcom 2, New Age of Heroes.
Okay.
Thanos comes out,
right.
but he's that great?
Yeah.
It's like a big Marvel push, man. I love that stuff. It was a huge roster of like just characters in general.
Check this out. Look at my shirt.
Yeah, he's literally got this shit. He's repping all the time, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, like just the arcade itself, like when you're in here, it's literally when it's in the valley, like it's like a whole other place, dude.
And
Such
Chris,
an
this
amazing
is the place that you were telling me that you wanted to take me to when I come out there, right?
Yeah. Hamm offered the opportunities that when Brian makes his way down to South Texas with us, we're gonna have a celebration, an average, not an above average celebration here at the arcade. We're gonna do a podcast live just like we're doing right now, but in person on the couch. We're gonna do like not a casting couch though, but we're gonna do a straight up badass podcast in person, all of us, and have a big old time with everybody, man. Even get in and play some games and do that good stuff, man. So can't wait. Hopefully we get that soon. So other than that, I think if I'm not mistaken, Hamm just had his birthday.
Oh, yeah.
And that was around the time, Brian, you were supposed to be down around that
Okay,
time.
yeah. I was supposed to be out there. Happy belated, Ham. Congratulations.
So to answer you guys' question, you're wondering how I got this collection, right?
Yes.
So again, like I've always been a gamer. I've been a big fighting game fanatic, and just I got addicted to like collecting one game, and then by the time I know it, others came by, and I work in the IT industry and whatnot, and knowing computers and doing engineering and whatnot, I just learned how to fix stuff, and then I have a group of friends who help me do that, and just within time, this is what it became.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, listen, I don't live down there, right? So let me ask you: is this open to the public, or is it open? What's going on?
So pretty much, it's my own personal arcade. But really, what's going on is I do conventions. I do, now I'm doing graduation parties. I've done doing book festivals.
Oh, awesome!
I was doing a little bit of everything. Yeah. So this all started me having a storefront a while back. Things didn't work out. Now I'm doing my own thing.
Okay.
And pretty much my collection as a whole, it's been expanding. A lot of Japanese stuff, American stuff. Some imports from driving to racing, from driving to shooters, to like Japanese style to classics. 4-player beat 'em ups. You name it. Like
perfect.
They're all their own thing. They're all their own way of troubleshooting. They're all their own vibe. And yeah, I'm all about it. And I don't just do arcades. I also do consoles. I collect vintage toys. Whatnot.
Awesome.
I love Marvel, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, anime too. You name it. I'm an otaku. A weeb at the same time.
So,
but yeah. So this all happened because, believe it or not, Craigslist.
Really?
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
so it just started because of the collecting?
Yeah, the collecting. It just I got one, and then I wonder if I can find another one. And then I got it for like a good price, and then by the time I know it, I ended up with like 7, and then I have to get a.
Where were you putting everything?
Originally my house, and then I had to start renting U-Haul units.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay.
And then that got overwhelming. And then by the time I know it, I got Ramsey from Kaboom Comics hitting me up. He's like, "Hey, you still got arcades?" Like, yeah. Bring that over to Comic Con. I want to see more of that.
Yeah, what's really cool is like
Awesome.
Hamm actually rents out his arcades to businesses who want to start arcades.
Okay.
So
He's the dude.
yeah. So shout out to 80s Brewery. They're one of my main clients.
Yep, 80s Brewery.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So look, I actually have tags on my game. So if you see it, you'll see it. No one else is named Hamm over here that has arcades.
So the other thing I wanted to ask is, how many arcades do you have like in your arsenal?
I lost count 3 months ago, but last I checked, it was about 81.
81 arcades.
Shit.
All right. Let me ask you. Out of those 81, what would you say is your most
That's what I was gonna say, man.
prized possession? Which one is the
Now,
the
it depends.
exquisite find?
Yeah, I go by category.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're
so
gonna give me
there's-
you're gonna give me a politician.
I mean,
answer.
are you asking me what's my most expensive game, or are you asking me what's my most?
What's your
Relic.
prize? What's your
What's prized possession, bro?
game?
What's the one that you wanted and you nailed that move? You
Conquered
got
it.
it. Yeah.
Like it's your flex piece, bro.
Yeah, man. It's
I
your
would have to
holy
say
grail.
I would have to say my candy cabs. They,
Okay.
they all work as
Okay.
a whole together because they
Mhm.
can switch games easily.
Is that these?
Yeah, those.
Okay, I'm gonna show you guys the stream so you can see which ones we're talking about.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
on the stream, they're the ones that are on the top right, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
so those are called. They're mostly Sega branded, so I'm a big
Mhm.
Sega fanatic, And in Japan, those are used a lot in tournaments, and also they're portable, they're modular. You can easily swap games to another game.
So when you're watching anime or you're watching like anything that has to deal Japanese based and they're in an arcade and they're sitting down, they're slapping coins down to get ready, and those are the type of cabinets they're using, which
Okay.
are way different from American cabinets, aren't they?
Yep, way different. And
Yeah.
so they use different parts. In American, they use Hap. Hap are like sticks that you can just beat up all day, and they can take a beating. And that's what you see at bars.
Mhm.
Real common. They're easy to fix too. But in the Japanese side of things, they're real delicate. But they're easy to function. They're easier to do movement on. That's my
Okay.
opinion, of course. It's all
Okay.
preference. It depends on the person.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. And these cabinets from Japan, the way I got them was actually through another arcade in San Antonio called Otaku Cafe. They're good friends of mine.
Nice.
Okay.
So they did a freight order. Came overseas through ship, a container. They got
Okay.
40, I got 10.
Nice, dude.
And
Good call,
but I
man.
had to wait a whole year, and I was to the point where I forgot about it, and I'm like, I lost that money, like I gave up on it.
Oof.
I didn't know what to think, and then they arrived, it didn't work, so I had to it was a whole scope of work of itself. Like, you ever seen those Super Nintendos that are like yellow?
Yeah, they're like an offset color, right?
That's what it was.
Oh, wow,
I wish I had
dude.
pictures to show you, but yeah, we had to paint them. We did a retro bright as well, but
Okay.
the painting was just faster, because we're doing an event, you want to show them off,
Nice.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, and then those are my prized possession only because
They're so rare, dude.
they're rare, and also like I play fighting games competitively, and I've been
Yeah.
doing that for 20 years.
Yeah, those are like the specific, like, I believe if I'm not mistaken, each console, most of them have only like one joystick on one side, so you have a whole cabinet dedicated to just you against someone else who's on the back side of the arcade fighting you. So you're not like shoulder to shoulder, you're like not even looking at each other. So you could fucking talk shit super loud and not worry about creating something offensive or being like super inappropriate with someone and get like physical with them or whatnot.
Mhm.
So I kind of feel like it makes it more of a cooler way to be a competitor.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude, because it even kind of fakes you face to face in competition.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wicked, man. That's a cool setup. man.
Now, what's crazy is it is head to head, right? But
Mhm.
what I like about it is it gives you like the online gaming experience, but offline.
Of course.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. So they're online too.
Oh no! What I mean is like
I
you're
understand.
playing.
Oh,
physics-
because you
yeah,
don't have them
yeah,
in front of you.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't have them in front of you. Okay, good shit.
But
dude.
if
I
you
never
get-
thought of that.
But if you get pissed, you're gonna see this.
Yeah, you can stand up and look at the dude and shit. You can mean mug him
Or,
and stuff.
or they'll hit the cabinet and they'll be like rage quitting.
Yeah.
Or,
Okay,
yeah.
so what I want to ask is, as a business person,
Okay.
how has this been as a business for you over the years? Like, has it been kind of stagnant? Is it hard? Is it
It's-
good? Is it bad? Like,
It's a love-hate relationship.
okay, you're gonna have to explain that to me, man.
Yeah. No, I mean just moving these guys, the wear and tear.
Okay.
It takes time to like establish yourself. I feel I'm already at that point, and I'm happy to have my friends who help me out just
Mm-hmm.
because they they get down and dirty. Like sometimes you got to do stuff you don't want to do. And an arcade cabinet, it's a piece of art. Like you're a carpenter, you're an electrician, you're you're fabricating something. You have
Of
to
course.
weld sometimes. You have to print out artwork. You know,
Mhm.
you're doing all this stuff just to like make it look pretty and make it work. You
To
know?
maintain and to keep it going
Yeah,
and stuff.
and I'm all about bulletproofing. You know, and luckily nowadays there's like a lot of people out there in the world that are willing to help you.
Mhm.
But you got to like get in there, get into forums, and on these forums you got to pay a subscription. So
Okay.
like all that comes in hand, and then you got to find a part, and then sometimes you just can't find that part, so you have to
Mhm.
buy the game again. That's like
Yikes.
parted out. You know, like
Yeah, of course.
that is so like
That's
annoying.
probably the harder part as we get older because most of these retro pieces are they're like
Yeah.
gold mines, man. They're hard to find, right?
They're relics.
Yeah. So how do you end up coming to terms with trying to find things like that?
I mean, sometimes you bite the bullet, man, and it's either like if you run,
Yeesh.
if you run into a roadblock and you're just stuck, sometimes you just gotta sell the game,
Oh, that sucks.
or you keep it for like 5 years. So I actually have one game. So you guys were asking what game is like another. So here's another Pride and Joy, and this belonged to someone else, and then I bought it from that person.
Okay.
It's actually my landlord.
Nice.
So I ended up buying Tempest.
Tempest.
Okay.
Which is a 1981 game.
Mhm.
You know, very old, older than me. You know, older than us.
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah.
It's a vector game.
Yeah, it's an old
Okay.
school game.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I want to give out a shout out to Christy. She went with me to Austin to go pick it up.
Nice.
We had
Shout
to
out
send
to
it over.
Chrissy.
It was so old that we had to go send it to someone who could fix it. That's how bad it was.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And
dude,
then
that's crazy.
there was 3 components that were down with it. One was the monitor, so that got fixed by someone in Dallas.
Okay.
And then the power supply was only could be fixed by someone in Austin.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then the board had to send it out to someone in Chicago.
To someone, yeah, because you need like
Jesus.
specialists that are doing that stuff.
And then these guys are like reprogramming every little chip, every part of the EEPROM that it has on it.
Damn, man.
And then the monitor itself, it's like $800 alone.
Jesus.
Like
dude.
it went up because of the pandemic, right?
So
Yeah,
how much overall did you spend on that?
I mean, maybe like $800, but the game's worth $4,000.
Jesus.
But like,
I mean that was kind of worth it then, right? At that
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Of course. That's honestly that's a no brainer, dude. Like you have to do
Yeah.
that.
Christy,
Wait, let me ask you a question.
Christy.
So is outsourcing to all these different places to get something fixed? Is that?
It's a pain, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that
And-
sounds rough. Man.
So let me give you this is what happened to me when I first started collecting. Like I meet other collectors, right? And like people say I'm a hybrid. Like I'm a rare species because not only do I try and fix my own stuff, you know, or learn
Mhm.
or get my friends involved, right? But I also compete and I'm also like I play my own stuff, you know.
There's a passion because
Yeah.
there's a bunch. You're like involved in the community.
Yeah. And the thing about Tempest is that it was a grind to get it going. It took 4 years to fix it.
Ugh.
Like all that saving up all the time, finding the
That's
right
fucking
resource.
awesome.
and then the headaches all in between.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
so right now
that-
it works 100%. It's
Okay.
beautiful. I'll show you, Chris, when you have a chance.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
And the thing about it is the monitor. It's beautiful, man. It's like 3D in the
Okay.
80s. It's called the vector monitor,
Vector.
XYZ monitors. That's what they use in NASA.
Damn, dude, that's
yeah,
bad.
it has a very good glaring, glowing effect. That just you got to see it, man.
Is it like those
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
like sonar style
kind of?
screens?
Yeah.
So they like the light bright pops,
like
right?
that bright neon.
Yeah,
colors
yeah.
and
I was
shit.
gonna say,
Yeah.
like I know what you're talking about.
And check this out. It was made by Atari.
That's bad.
Okay.
That's when you know it's old.
Yeah, I have to ask then. You do. I mean, you're an entertainment guy too. Like you
Right.
like movies and you like all that stuff. Are you excited for the way that they've kind of like taken the idea of like the Tetris story that's coming out? Did you see that trailer?
I saw. I'm gonna see it. Yeah, it's on my
What do you
list.
think though?
I mean, I'm gonna watch it.
Dude, I was super worried when I heard that they're gonna make a Tetris movie because I was like, dude, it's gonna be like Rampage or like all that shit. Like they're gonna be like, oh, squares are gonna come and squash New York, and if they get in a straight line, it's gonna wipe everybody out. I was like, fuck, dude, they're gonna mess
like the
this up.
Pac-Man
Whoa.
movie and shit.
Yeah, they're gonna do something
Like,
stupid,
The
man.
Adam
yeah.
Sandler movie Pixels.
Yeah, pixels and shit.
Yeah.
I was so scared. But then when they ended up coming out that it was like espionage and business and history and them dealing with international,
He did
like,
the curveball.
dude, I was like, holy fuck, this might win a goddamn Academy Award. This might be. Can you imagine? This is the fucking video game movie that wins an Oscar, dude.
Yeah.
Like, not The Last of Us for whatever it did, not Mario Brothers that's coming out, like Tetris, dude.
Now you guys
So-
got me feeling all nostalgic and shit. Listen, I have a question for everyone, actually. So I know for me, the game that changed everything was Mortal Kombat. Like I will never forget
Oh
that.
yeah.
What were your games? What was the game that put you on to gaming that was just like had you in awe? Which one was it? Triggs, I want to know from you specifically.
What's up?
Your game, the game
Yeah, what was the
that got
game
you
that got you
started
into
in gaming, and loving your love for games.
So, what got me started in gaming was probably Super Mario back on the original NES.
NES.
But what got me in love with gaming, I would probably have to say, dude, probably like Metal Gear Solid
Okay.
Oh man.
on original PS1.
Yeah.
I know you got a fan over
Yeah,
there with
because
that,
like,
yeah.
I mean, like the story alone was just so fucking intriguing. Because like Super Mario was really cool, right? You know, like you go through it, you do your thing. There wasn't really a whole. I mean, I know that there are a lot of story driven like NES games, but I didn't have the capacity to really fucking take that shit in. But I want to say, yeah, I think when I was like 9, 10, when I could actually understand a story that's being told to me.
Yeah, told.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like Metal Gear Solid was that story that I really enveloped myself in, and after that, dude, I was done.
Resident
crazy
Evil,
is-
Resident Evil for PlayStation was another big one of mine too. By the
There
way,
you
Oh
go.
yeah,
that
but
changed
yeah,
that changed a lot of shit for me, yo.
That
Dude,
fucked me up as a
I
kid, man.
honestly, I
Resident
got
Evil 1?
scared of that game too much.
Yeah, that
I
fucked me
really
up,
couldn't
dude.
play it.
Yeah, that
I
one.
never
that one
played
kinda
that shit
changed
as a
things.
kid, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
kind of
could
changed
not
things
do
for
it,
me.
dude. It
I'm not gonna lie to
fucked
you.
me up.
I love that game. Yeah.
That scene when you go into the underneath the stairway and they turn around and then all of a sudden like the fucking zombie just like does that slow turn. I
Yeah,
was like,
dude.
power off, dude. Fuck this game. I'm out. I'm out. Never again, dude. Fuck this game.
Oh,
I'm not
that's
doing
funny.
this shit. That fucked me up, man. That was scary as shit.
That's funny.
But you know what's super crazy is like because I know Triggs and Triggs has a Mega Man tattoo.
Oh wow.
And I would have assumed it was going to say Mega
It would have
Man.
been
I
Mega
really
Man,
did.
right?
But for
You
him to
think
say
so?
Metal Gear Solid, that's badass because I got my Metal Gear Solid tattoo on my chest.
Yeah.
I have my L'Enfant Terrible, and that is not the game that got me in love. The
Which one
game
is
that
it?
got me started, when I was a child, the game that I first played that I played just as a just to play games was Super Punch Out. That
Oof.
was on Nintendo. That was like my favorite
Mike Tyson
game as a
Punch
kid.
Out was
Mike
really
Tyson's
good too.
Punch Out was my favorite game as a
Oh.
kid. We used to play that. My grandpa would be laying in his bed, and then we only had one TV because we lived on a ranch.
Yeah.
And it was just like all of us, dude, all the kids, just one control, not even fucking two controls, just one control, just fucking going at it. And that was like the coolest thing. But the game that got me to love video games, very surprisingly, is not Metal Gear Solid, but it's Primal Rage.
Oh wow.
Primal
Oh,
Rage is a
shit.
fighting game with dinosaurs. Now, there's a story behind it
And
because
werewolves
in
and
my
shit.
in my hometown in Edinburgh, there was an arcade. It was Peter Piper. Of course, everybody knows Peter Piper. And Peter Piper was right there in the center of town, and they had Primal Rage. And that was the first time I had ever learned that you can beat arcade games with patterns if
Mhm.
you just follow patterns. So, like, to beat the Frozen, the monkey guy, or to beat the fire one, you just duck and hit your jab button over and over again. And they'll constantly walk into it. They won't stop. Then there was another one that you hold like 3 buttons and you wiggle it. The character runs and doesn't move and over. And you could literally beat the game with just
So you
Like,
were
legit,
sitting
there was
there
like a
with
cheat.
an endless amount of quarters, just spamming the
cheating,
fucking,
bro. Just knowing I
spamming
was
the
winning,
fucking
knowing,
punch button. Yeah, okay.
knowing that confidence was
That's
going to build
great.
because I was beating that fucking game. And the cool thing was, I had met 3 other little kids, Josh, Levi, and Zeke. They were all the kids that lived in that barn. They were all orphans, and they were like some of my greatest friends growing up. And I taught them how to play the game, and that's what united us. That's what
Mhm.
created our friendship. I'll never forget that shit. That was like
That's awesome.
that was a cool game for me, man. So, what about you, Ham? I mean, Jeff, fucking. Well, I'm gonna ask Brian because you probably have a fucking million games.
No,
Brian,
I
what
told
about
you.
man.
No, I told you. I grew up. I do want to hear Ham's.
Yeah, I wanna hear
answers to that.
Ham's,
But like I said, I grew up with the NES. Like I got an NES, old school NES for my birthday when I was like 6 or 7 or some shit like that. And yes, Mario was my shit. But like I think
Nice.
once I got a little bit older, once I played Mortal Kombat, I think that's when things kind of
Very nice.
yeah,
very, very nice.
things
That was so
kind of changed.
revolutionary back
yeah.
in the day.
Yeah, that kind of changed for me. Things changed for me at that point,
True
and
that,
then
true
I
that.
just kept playing. I kept playing Nintendo and Sega, like just as much as I possibly could as a kid.
True that,
And then
true
again, once I got my first PlayStation, uh, which honestly, I'm gonna just say this right now. I would rather pick Dreamcast over PlayStation 1, by the way. But anyway, PlayStation 1, Resident Evil, that changed some shit for me too.
Badass. What about you, Ham?
So you see, with me, it's a little different because criteria or category is always a thing. But for me, Doom,
Doom,
Okay.
the straight up
Very
first.
nice.
Wait, the
Yeah,
original
dude.
like on PC and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fucking. I still remember the fucking banger of a soundtrack it had, dude.
Yeah,
So
dude.
good.
God, dude, it's still good to this day, man. Dude, that's so rad. So you just saw this right now from Robert. Robert says, "Shit, I remember going to Gorilla George's, which was an arcade at the time that had like really cool like fun rides and
Okay.
animatronics, real Five Nights at Freddy's kind of shit.
Yeah.
To the arcades, and the same thing with Peter Piper, and I think they also had Nickelodeon. Now, what's very crazy is every probably one of those places has something to do with this gentleman right here.
Yep.
Awesome.
Like, more than likely, he has probably the majority of the games at each of those places that were open at the time, right?
So what every arcade I have has a story.
Yeah.
Where it came from, or where I kept on like cycling through.
Yeah.
I actually have a game that was in 5 stores in the valley,
Damn.
like
shit.
the Prontos, the Circle K's. You know, it was in Mexico first, and then ended up over here, and then it was at a bar in Brownsville, and then I ended up
Shit.
getting it later for pennies.
That's rad.
But like, it just went through so much of that cycle that the wear and tear got to it, and they just gave up on it.
Yeah, they should give it away.
And then I got it. I'm like, hey, $50. You know, okay.
Oh,
And then
shit.
2 months later, it's 100%.
And that's something that I remember when I met you the first time and you were explaining to me about all this stuff. I kind of took it like this got me to respect you and like you as a person so much more. Was that you and of course Michael Murphy at the time, I believe, were talking about how you guys are like arcade historians and how you wanted to try to keep all the arcades that had been in our general area in the valley still in some way. Kind of like to create like a museum of arcades.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so fucking awesome, dude.
So funny story. Michael Murphy, we've always been like, we're old friends. We actually met in like LAN parties back in the day, in the 90s. Hence the Doom reference.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
And like arcades, like I never thought I was ever going to own one. It just kind of happened. Like later when I grew up and I got a professional job and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now I'm just having fun with it. When I can and when hence the private arcade.
That's really honestly, but that's dope. I
That's
do
so
I do like that
But-
aspect about it.
But Michael Murphy it's actually his fault why I'm in doing this because he got me addicted to it. He taught me how.
That's awesome.
There
Man.
you go, Michael Betancourt.
Yeah, Bencourt, what's up, my dude?
Mike.
Good to see you in the comment section, man. Sorry about the event. My heart goes out to you, brother, and we're always here if you need help. You let us know, so that way we can do something to kind of help you guys out, or if you need anything, you let me know. I always got your back, bro. But thank you for jumping on the podcast as usual, man. Thank you, and I hope you like Dungeons and Dragons, the movie, dude. I can't wait to go see that movie, dude. And I know Mike probably fucking.
Yeah, no, he saw it.
He was yeah. He saw it early, dude. Because
Yeah, he saw it early. He got an early
Prime
screening.
Prime Movies fucking showed that shit for free if you had Prime.
Yeah,
that is
2 weeks early, dude.
fucking badass, dude. I love Prime even more now. Jesus Christ, dude. But yeah. So Hamm, tomorrow, actually, as a matter of fact, you have an event tomorrow.
Yes, it's
So-
been the return.
Tell us about it, man. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so it's called South Texas Battle Dojo.
Okay.
We've name right.
Awesome.
But the reason why is because every fighting game that I play or that's out there that's referenced in this list here, there's a ninja or a samurai, and that's kind of that's kind of hard to ride.
MK3.
It's all fighting, bro.
Yeah.
What you cannot have
Shit.
fighting without a dojo. Straight up. That's coming from a black
Killer
belt.
Instinct. Oh, okay, that's dope.
We are in the dojo. This is the dojo.
Yeah, so check it out. So again, I'm a fighting game fanatic, right? Part of the
Sweet.
fighting game community here in the valley. I'm like the grandfather of this area. Yeah, well,
True.
Oak County, right?
Yeah. Evo, man. Evo, dude.
Yeah.
Flex on them,
I
kid.
did Eagle last year, of course. Yeah.
Yep.
So this event, I've run it in the past. It's always had a good turnout.
Okay.
This time, what's happened is in the valley, no one's been doing these type of events. The last one we had was a Gamers Expo last year.
Mhm.
So shout out to Ramsey, helping us
Yeah,
get
yeah.
that going and whatnot. So now this is me doing it in my own private space.
True that.
Inviting a lot of VIP competitors from all over the world.
Mhm.
Not the world, but Texas. Really.
Well, anywhere, really. I mean, people are going to
Mexico.
They're going to move. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're going to move. People are going to come to this, dude.
So let me tell you who's coming, and let me first say the lineup actually.
Let me name drop. Name drop.
So South Texas Battle Dojo, right? This is like gonna
Yeah.
be like the 7th one that we've done over the past 5 years.
True.
It's been on hiatus for 3 years, and this is the return.
Sweet.
Okay.
And all original arcade hardware except for Tekken 7. So Tekken 7 and Capcom vs SNK2 are actually our first games that we're running together
Okay.
for tomorrow. And every game is going to be streamed, by the way. Every
shit.
game has a capture card on old arcade hardware.
That's badass.
That was
Dope.
really hard to do. that was like a whole week of testing.
Yeah.
Getting the right aspect ratio, getting the right quality.
Getting the right
things-
type of webcams
Yeah.
to make sure
Mhm.
you're not like
Widescreen,
super like
yeah.
yeah.
make sure everything's in tune with audio, video, the spacing, the lighting.
Mhm.
It was a lot of testing. And tomorrow's going to be the real test.
Sweet.
For,
Awesome.
we want to get the highlights, of course, right? So for Tekken 7, we have about 20 people who play that game down here, like a big community.
It's a pretty solid size,
Yeah,
man.
very solid. They've been striving for about 3 years.
We just
Okay.
had the 80s Brewery NanoCon,
Yes, we did.
and at NanoCon, man, we had a hell of amount of people show up. There was
Yes.
what, like a 13, 15, 17.
Yeah.
There was a fucking large amount of people. I'm a really big Tekken fan. I literally made my own goddamn king mask because I could not find a tiger mask anywhere like on the internet. So I
That's solid.
literally based my fucking king mask. And when I heard we were doing it, I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna take my mask with me. All right, and cool. And lo and behold, like fucking 20 people show up for like a game that I don't think anyone plays down here.
It was actually
Yeah.
25 people.
It was 25 people showed up. And I instantly like, I'm gonna put my king mask right on the desk so we can have some fucking like straight up gangster shit going on. Shout out to George. George is here on the side, usually in the comment sections, but he is actually here with us.
shit.
I wish I could show him. I turned my webcam. George, come in here real fast, man, so people can see you. Look, there's Georgie right there, man.
Yo.
Usually in the comment section, but he is actually in person today doing some video and photo shoots for tomorrow's event here at the dojo. Here at the dojo, you see,
Yeah.
it's gonna fucking work, Ham. That's gonna be the fucking name,
That's
man.
awesome.
So yeah,
That's
so
So Capcom versus SNK 2, the rivalry there is Corpus.
oh shit.
Corpus has 10
What's up,
players.
Myers?
Yeah, and what's crazy is
Yep.
we have like maybe like 3-4 players over here. Me being one of them. I'm actually like the casual monster in that game.
Okay.
But I play Street Fighter. I play some Samurai Showdown.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Those characters are in there.
I mean, and that's because like SNK itself as a style of a fighting game is so different from the way like Street Fighter and Tekken plays. It like has its own I don't know how to explain it, like its own movements in little boxes and all that shit that we all talk about. Movements. You can do like a full jump or a half jump
So
or a jump cancel, and it's
and-
wild, dude.
so that game it's really special, but it's also you gotta have time.
Yeah, it's straight.
Mhm.
And the problem with that game is it's not even a problem. It's just if you're in it, you're in it. So in that game, you have different grooves. Grooves are like styles.
Yeah.
Think of
Okay.
martial arts, right? So you have the King of Fighters groove where you
Mhm.
charge meter and you get meter to attack and then be offensive.
Mhm.
Then you have the Capcom groove where you just get supers all day. And
And you just work
throw
and
'em
work.
out,
Yeah,
yeah.
I throw them out there.
and then there's K groove, the Samurai Showdown groove, where as you get
Okay.
hit, you do more damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of like it helps you on the
Yeah.
burner or something.
And then
Dude, I'm about that. Look, I got Mr. Karate right here, dude.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm about Mr. Karate, dude, from SNK. He's such a badass character.
and then there's the Third Strike groove, 343 parry.
Okay.
There's also
Oh,
parry.
okay. And that was
Okay.
made famous by what? Justin
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 Dago.
Wong, yeah.
I was actually there, by the way.
You see, I fucking told you.
Yeah.
He was actually there, and that's like 1 million views, 18 million views on that
Legendary.
one video. It's a
Yeah.
legendary moment in Evo history, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so wild. And he was there. This dude was there, dude.
So funny story. It wasn't a big deal to us. Like if you were there and you played the game,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, okay. I mean, everyone does that.
Yeah.
But then if you don't know about it, you're like,
It's
wow,
wild,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
wild.
In Japan, they do it all the time, but in America, they didn't.
Dude, that is so
Crazy how that
fucking
works.
cool. So fucking cool.
So that's what Capcom vs. SNK 2 is. And as Michael Benacourt saying, yes, there is a lot of rhythm to it,
Mhm.
and you have all these different grooves, which are hence the rhythms. And,
Yeah.
And what's cool about it is you have these Samurai Shodown characters, you have the Street Fighter characters, you have Darkstalker characters.
Oh,
You have-
Darkstalker's a fun
yeah.
game, man.
So, but imagine you have all their grooves, and you can use those grooves with other characters.
With
from
other
the
characters from
franchise.
other games. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
actually
awesome,
really,
yeah.
really badass. Super wild, super wild, super wild. You guys will see Josh is here too. Got Joshua Lopez here, man, the myth, the legend. You got to come in a little bit so we can see you, Josh. I'll have Josh jump into the video in a little bit. So
Heck yeah,
that
man,
way we
heck
can actually
yeah.
talk to him for a little bit. Say what's up, what's going on, how's it going, man,
Yo.
how's it going? But yeah. So yeah, here he is. There's a man, the myth,
There
the
he
legend
is.
right
All
here, man.
right.
What's up, man? Mr.
What's up,
Sonic
man?
Boom himself, dude. Yeah, my dude, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like a whole roster of like the Valley's like top G's here.
That's
right now,
awesome,
dude.
dude.
It's
That's so
everybody's
sick.
here, man, from the comms, dude. So straight up, I'm telling you, it's gonna be an amazing event tomorrow. So actually, I wanted to ask you this.
What's up?
I know this is like your private arcade though.
Mhm.
Like usually it's just like, hey, dude, if you don't know Ham, it's probably not gonna happen. Maybe Josh will invite people over. But if you're not in it, you're not in it. Like you're not on the list. Like we got a dude outside, literally like 8 feet tall, 900 pounds. Like, he watches the door. I think I saw on the flyer that you're actually just kind of like allowing people to show it.
Well, I mean, it's coming
in casual though,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, but really, what it is, it's like a VIP invite for a lot of competitors for Lower Texas. So like
Okay.
this, like it's funny because I'm barely scratching the surface, like just talking about the games.
Oh yeah,
and I was barely talking about like Corpus, right?
Mhm.
So Corpus is coming for that one game, but they also play other games.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's that. And then to go down the list, Street Fighter 3, Third Strike, and then Killer Instinct. You see how you have 2 games?
Yeah.
So we're trying to keep the track record of like timing and whatnot.
Okay.
I predict this is probably going to go on to like maybe 11 p.m.
Oh yeah, it's
depending
gonna be
on the
long,
turnout, of course.
Out of
So,
those
guys,
two games, Street Fighter and Killer Instinct, which one are you playing?
Which one am I playing?
Or just anyone? Just anyone?
which one are you about?
Boys.
Oh, okay.
Just
I
in
mean, I
general.
like all the games personally, but
Okay.
I'm more of a Street Fighter guy.
Yeah, all right. I was gonna say you got to have one that you like more. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
guys in the comment section or anybody out there, Brian too, Mike, Triggers, if the audio sounds a little weird, let us know. We do have the audio of our show being broadcasted in the arcade right now, so everybody hear
Gotcha. No worries. Yeah,
So
man.
just let us know.
You guys sound good so far.
that. Yeah, man.
Awesome.
So tell us more. Okay, so Killer Instinct, man. Killer Instinct's a big draw,
so,
dude.
check this out. You know someone named Tattoo Chris? Or
Oh,
Chris
dude.
DeLeon?
You mean Chris DeLeon,
Yeah,
man?
so-
The myth, the legend.
Yeah, dude.
Every game has a beef, rivalry, hate, love, whatever you want to call it, right? And that game has Chris DeLeon lost a nanocon. He got
Oh, really?
yeah, he lost to a guy named Johnny Crown. He's in my opinion, he's a random,
Okay.
but he's a random that showed up out of nowhere. We didn't know he was good, so he showed up. Yeah, he showed up and just took out Chris. He came down to the last match, and Michael Murphy had money on the line.
No, dude.
I
so
like that. Just show up out of nowhere and
So-
beat that
It
ass.
was awesome.
I like
Joe,
that.
and we're
Shit.
talking about, Chris DeLeon is
Dude,
the
he's
reason why we say he's such a great guy. Like, he's a nice dude to meet in person, super humble, super respected, but he is like embedded in the gaming community. Like, he
Whoa.
goes to national tournaments. He's always on the move. He's a tattoo artist, very, very.
he's actually done
popular
2 of my
artist.
tattoos.
Yeah,
That's
super awesome tattoo artist. But with being that's the type of job he has, he does have the finance to push himself to be able to get a part of these tournaments and be involved more, be able to travel and get out there and do some really awesome stuff. So this guy has this guy has been embedded in the competition world. Plus, he's like a death metal singer.
Yeah,
He's actually part of the orchestra and opera in the second Doom game. He's part of the
Okay.
soundtrack of the video game. Like, he's one of the metal singers that they brought in. They brought a bunch of metal singers
Yeah.
to do like the orchestra of the soundtrack for the video game. They called him and another guy.
I call it the epicness of
Dude, it's so good. It is so good. But so Chris DeLeon here is gonna be slapping dudes all day, or
check
what?
this out. So I have a community, right?
Sure.
I'm friends with a lot of the OGs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people out there who just don't come out,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
but they're coming out this time.
Oh, dude, that's what I like
And
to hear.
I got
man.
2 guys. Shout out to my friend JT from McAllen,
Yeah.
Alex from Alamo.
Ooh, his assistant fixed
Yeah.
his microphone. Ooh.
So those 2 guys. So we've been doing some gatherings consistently here, here and there, and this is our battle dojo, right? Training ground.
True.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of Mortal Kombat, a lot of Killer Instinct, a lot of Street Fighter here, a lot of Marvel Capcom, and KI. One day we just had a gathering here, and they popped off, and that guy Johnny showed up.
Oh shit.
Oh,
So I saw him losing to my guys.
Oh, okay.
Who
So
beat you, Chris?
okay.
And then, but these also guys have never played Chris either. So it's like a Royal Rumble right now. It's a big
Yeah.
rumble.
Maybe it was a fluke, dude.
Yeah.
This guy's coming back, and Chris is coming in. They're gonna play some fucking cowboy music when they walk in. Everybody's gonna have fireworks and theme music, OK Corral kind of shit.
Cowboys
I'm
from Hell.
super excited, dude. Okay, so what else do we got?
So, just to mention, all these games have a pop bonus. What that means, it's a rising pop bonus.
Oh,
So let's say, so I'm actually throwing in my own money, my own hard work money.
yeah.
I won't say how much.
I want blood, sweat, and tears, boys.
So what that means is the more people that enter, the bigger the pot.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
So it's for some games have 50, some have 100, and then the community also helped sponsor some of it
Okay.
because they want that turnout. They're hungry. Everyone's hungry right now. And right now, the fighting game community has been at a hold just because
It's been dry.
it's been dry.
Yeah.
And anyway, so this is the comeback for it. And the next game here is Mortal Kombat 3, tied up with Super Turbo. which is
Nice.
Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which is actually one of my main games, by the way.
The Super Street Fighter Turbo.
Yeah, Super
yeah.
Street Fighter 2
2
Turbo.
Turbo.
And so Mortal Kombat 3, both of them at 6.
Mhm.
Mortal Kombat 3 also has a lot of rivalries. We have some people who've been playing that for quite some
Really?
time. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's crazy, right?
That's a wild one. Like honestly, I didn't think that community would still either be be around or
Believe it or
be
not,
that big.
every game in my experience, because I played Mortal Kombat 3 also. I'm also joined that as well.
Okay.
I play Ermac.
Ham's just gonna he's gonna
You play
smoke
Ermac. Oh,
everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Awesome.
gonna be
So
giving
wait,
everybody.
that was one of my questions. Are you in this tournament? Like, are you going to be smacking
Yeah,
kids
so-
around all day?
So yeah, not only am I a host, a competitor, and a tech, I'm also
I am a
the
villain.
man, the myth, the legend,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, no, but I have my crew, I have my team,
Okay.
Everyone's
Okay.
be helping out in their own way,
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
it running-
You got
be
you
it
got.
streaming.
So you're saying you have a stable of players that you guys just go and wreck shop
Yeah.
where you guys go?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, okay, I gotta ask though. I mean, because I'm in the fighting world, right?
relevant. Yeah.
So when you have like, you mean like your team's gonna be with you, and then like, are they like cornermen or what? Do they like you guys like you do around and you turn around and you're like, yo, what do you think I should do this time? Or the guy's like, use your jab more or whatever. Like,
trainer.
is it kind of like, yeah? I'm excited, dude.
Honestly, we have hype men.
Oh yeah, well yeah, fuck yeah,
Yeah, we got some hype men out
the
there.
dude that's like $20, man. They got kick his ass, man. He ain't got shit and stuff. Yeah, I got that.
That's awesome.
No, so I mean, it's a combination of things. I wouldn't say we're like I am esports to an extent, but I do have guys who they go in, they've been trained by me or the group. We all have our own tactics and strategy and martial arts, I guess you want to call it, right? But yeah, we have our own game that we major in.
Okay.
So I don't play Tekken, but I have like 3 guys. That
But
do.
you got
Okay.
guys that are in your
Yeah.
team that all kind of specialize in
Yeah.
each game.
And I wouldn't say like team per se. It's just that they live in the battle.
Mhm.
I mean,
the local town heroes.
yeah.
The guys who have been winning for a while, but now it's like they're coming back.
Yeah.
Or you got that one guy who just plays online all day, and like you don't know who he is, and then he causes an upset to someone else.
Yeah, I got you.
There's a lot of randoms out there,
That's good shit, man.
and this is the return of it.
Yo, I have to ask because I don't see it on the list,
Okay.
and I know it's a very, very popular game.
Okay.
I don't see Super Smash Brothers there, and I know I gotta ask because I know, like, you go to all the Game Stops and you go to all the conventions and you go to all these weird fucking shops that all do Super Smash Brothers tournaments and all this shit, but it's not here. Is there like a specific reason that you didn't put it on the list this time?
So I used to run it back in the day,
Mhm.
And the thing about Smash in general is it keeps changing, like the dynamics of it. Like you have Brawl, you have the 64 version, you have Melee, you have Ultimate.
Yeah.
There's a lot of DLC. You have Cloud, you have Ryuken.
Yeah,
of course.
fucking Terry Bogard and
And-
fucking Jin Kazama and shit.
And I do have the equipment for it. I just haven't been in that mindset to want to do it yet.
Okay.
And at the
makes
same
sense.
time, I've run it before with these games,
Mhm.
and it's really difficult because it's a lot of monetizing, and sometimes like you have different groups that just don't get along. And I've learned
Oof.
that when you have the Smash community together with the fighting community, they
Wait,
kinda
there's
complain.
beef between the fucking Smash
Yeah, dude,
community
it's like
and the fight
snowboarders-
community?
You know what it reminds me of, dude? It reminds me of like when you're in like junior high and you used to listen to like all those like poppy songs from the radio, and then all of a sudden you start listening to like Limp Bizkit and Corn, and you think you're all hard and shit. That's what the fucking Smash tournament teams. This is like
So
they do that and they do that very well, but then they don't play like the OG fighting games. They don't play like
so that's what I was gonna say. So one
no
community
Soul
thinks
Calibur either.
so one community thinks the other game isn't like a real
Is it too
fighting
hard? Is
game
it
or
hard
some
enough,
shit.
dude? They ain't got enough street cred.
I wouldn't say it like that. I mean,
Okay.
I will fuck them, dude. I don't give a shit.
I have my own preference of it.
They
but-
I can.
Chris has been activated.
Yeah. So here's my experience. You have a different age group.
Okay.
True that. True that.
And think of it this way: you're in a cafeteria in a school. You have the group of the jocks. You have the
Yeah.
group of the kids. You have the group of the special ed, et cetera.
Yeah.
And like,
Special.
It's like
We-
the clicks, the
yeah.
clicks.
But
and
when you
stuff.
have all that in the same room, what happens?
It gets wild, man.
Yeah. Sometimes it can. Sometimes,
It
confrontation.
gets wild. Yeah, it gets wild, man. So I get it. And not only that, like, I know for sure that Smash Brothers by itself is always like a large number pool.
So-
Right?
So it is, and it does have this big community, and
Yeah.
they can be consistent, but they're also a lot of toxicity.
Yeah, they don't shower well. You guys need
Yeah.
deodorant and shit.
So, but here's
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so sour right now, dude.
So-
I talk-
Yo, Chris took that personal. That's weird.
so hear me out. Real talk.
yeah. Ooh.
I don't consider Smash a fighting game.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, here we go. Ham. I
Ham.
must know why. I gotta know. Why.
Ham.
You don't have actual combos. It doesn't say there combo.
Okay.
See, I
don't have a
knew
life
we were
bar.
gonna get a little
You have a
No
spicy
life
percentage.
bar
today.
percentage.
It was gonna be
Right,
spicy
And-
today. I knew it.
And
I
then
knew it.
4-on-4, and then more of a party game, in my opinion. But I respect it.
Yeah.
It has its community. It's just that I don't play it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that is a good point to make, because it's like, in the aspect of it, what makes a fighting game a fighting game?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's more of like I get the idea of it being a brawler, because you can have like 4 competitors on the screen at once, but a fighting game is literally usually like one-on-one person.
Correct.
So
Dude,
I get
I'm
it.
sorry.
I get it.
I'm sorry,
And
man.
not only
Smash,
that, you're limited.
Smash Brothers is 1000% a fucking fighting game. Knock it off,
I don't know,
guys.
man. I don't know.
Knock it off.
Well,
My
you've been
Knock
to
it
Evo.
off.
Where have you been?
I don't know.
Knock
I
it
can,
off.
but I can see the detail in genre though. I can see it.
It's just
because-
preference, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, would you rather be playing fighting games with people who are your age, or with all these kids and lose to a kid?
Why
That is
can't
the
we
point,
all
man.
just get along and play video games
I used to
together?
play-
That's what
I
I'm
used to
asking.
play some competitive fighting games back in the day, and I do remember sitting down next to like some 12-year-old at like the age of 22.
He told you
And
to
I was
suck his
like,
balls or something?
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of this kid, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send this kid home crying, dude.
So this also happened to me. I entered a Smash tournament, like Brawl, back in the day.
Yeah.
I actually made a kid cry.
Yeah, dude, it does not feel good, dude.
I didn't.
Yeah,
Like
dude,
that.
it's like you're
Hamm
just like,
is out
man,
here.
dude, like,
There you go,
"Nah,
ladies and
little
gentlemen.
dude." You're
Ham
just
is
like,
out here
"Nah,
making the
dude,
kids
dude,
cry.
Like, what do you do, man? What do you do in that situation? And then he's like there with his parents. You don't want to feel bad, but you want him to have a good
Yo,
time.
but you gotta get
like,
these hands. Nah, fuck that. He's
Yeah,
gotta
but
get
he's
these
got
hands,
that
man.
smoke, dude.
He's gotta get these
He's got
hands.
that smoke, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, all due respect, but
Yeah.
I just haven't. I'm just a little biased. That's all.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
And that's why it's on the page.
No, but true that. Like, but you have total the idea. Like, you've been in this genre of gaming and community for such a long time. Us on the outside, like we can see it one way, but we're not embedded. We're just barely looking at it like just casuals. Like, you know exactly what it is that makes it work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Michael Bedford
That
says,
is
hands are rated E
perfect.
for everyone, dude.
That is perfect.
All right.
That's
Well, what
great.
about the last 2 games that you guys
So-
are offering in the block?
So check it out. So on Super Turbo, we actually have a guy from Dallas coming.
Damn, that's a
Oh,
far.
yeah,
That's
okay.
like 8 hours.
So
away.
I actually every other quarter I usually go to Dallas for like big Super Turbo tournaments. They're
Mhm.
called the Spring Series and the Summer Series.
Yeah.
There's a big arcade over there called Free Play Arcade. Shout out to them. They help me out as well. I do streams with them when I do commentating and whatnot over there.
Nice.
And they promote me sometimes. But I'm also friends with their community, and they also go to Evo. You know, like there's a lot of people out there who play. You know, a lot of professional players. So actually, there's 2 people coming from Dallas. I forgot. But for 2 different games. So one
Okay.
for Super Turbo and the other for Marvel Strike Up 2.
Okay.
So in Super Turbo, that's actually probably like our main game here, like with this My Arcade,
The Super Turbo.
because it's the foundation, it's the fundamentals, it's what got it started,
Damn.
and that's why it says number 2 for a reason with Super. You know, so right.
And fucking, it's blowing my mind. Like, it's fucking me up right now, just thinking that this dude's gonna drive 8 hours to play a
He's
fucking.
actually flying.
Dude, he's fucking taking a flight for a video game.
Yeah,
For
I'm
an
not, I
arcade
don't. Yeah, I don't know if I'm driving, dude. I'm definitely
Just to
taking
be
that
like,
flight.
I'm gonna give everyone that fucking that wiener.
that
dude. Like,
work.
he's gonna fuck everyone up. That would be the guy I'd be scared of. That'd be the dude that I'm like, man, this fucking ass running out from Dallas. Goddamn.
Yep.
Goddamn. Do I really want to get in this?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
So the thing about Super Turbo also is, it's the game that everyone plays. It's like the game that's really upsetting and it's fast.
Yeah, it's speeded up.
You can
I
end
hated
it.
that game. I hated that fucking game,
It
bro.
was
I
so
hated
fucking
it.
You can end it in 9 seconds.
Yeah, I hated it.
Like you
I
make
was
one
good
mistake-
at I was good at Street Fighter, but the Turbo I would get my ass kicked all the time, dude.
It was just so
Yeah.
fast. It was so like just a weird rhythm.
Yeah,
It was
it's-
such a weird rhythm.
It's
to
the
play.
game that introduced supers. And
Yeah.
It just changed the dynamic. It's what got everything started,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
why it's played a lot here. And I mean, it's easy to teach. You just got to keep playing. You know, like
Yeah, to get the rhythm,
like-
the speed timing and stuff.
like if I were to play you, Brian,
yeah.
like I could probably train you in a week.
No shit.
And like, don't get me wrong, there'll be a lot of losses. But
okay,
it's
yeah,
so
I was gonna
fast.
say.
that
I
it's
was
like,
gonna say. I think you might be
Yeah.
underestimating just how bad I am in that game because
Well,
I'm
Ryan,
hard.
that's still you playing Street Fighter for a whole fucking week, though. Like, that's like wild as shit, dude.
Okay.
no. So
All
I
right.
mean,
That's wild.
and what I'm trying to say is like the game has so many fundamentals that because it's quick, you're like, okay, I learned my lesson. I'm not gonna do it again. So
Yeah.
what's next?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you're just going
repetitive.
to
I get it. I get it.
Competitive.
I get it.
9 seconds. Oh, okay, now it's 12 seconds. Oh, now it's
Okay.
30 seconds. You know.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So, Ham, I gotta ask: out of all the video games and blocks that you have offering, what's the one that you're most like, dude? That's gonna be
So,
the fucking banger right there.
For me, I mean, everyone, all attendees will have their own opinion, right?
Yeah.
You know, and this is me doing it for all the communities out there,
Yeah.
for all these old games and tech and whatnot. You know, and I'm sorry there's no Soul Calibur, but that's
Yeah, I was just about to ask that a while ago
yeah.
too.
So the problem with that is because lack of time and like I have to make it a 2-day event at that point.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be there all night, you know.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
even said that you think this event's probably going to go on like
Yeah.
till probably
I
like
mean,
11
that's a
o'clock.
good.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
mean,
good time. That's a good
that's
time
a
frame.
big,
though.
long list.
That's
but
long.
realistically, it might be like midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because think about it, we're streaming this. So Brian, you can watch.
Yeah,
I'm
and-
there.
and-
I'm
that's
there,
okay.
dude. Hell yeah.
That's what's cool. You guys will be able to watch like the whole entire tournament's going to be like live streamed tomorrow on your guys' Twitch page.
Yes.
Yeah, so guys, make sure you're checking out Hamm's Arcade on Twitch. It's going to be alive. Everything's going to be there.
Yep.
Hopefully, God willing, I can try to make it out here. I wouldn't mind commentating, talking shit to some
Yeah.
people.
I'm,
So
most
I'm not going to
definitely.
be good. I'm just going to talk shit.
No, I mean, just even just.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I love fighting games, man. I always get caught up. Like right now, the hype is all the Tekken 8 videos that have been dropping. Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, Tekken 8 looks gorgeous,
All
man.
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks so damn good. Same thing with what Street Fighter 6.
Yep.
Street Fighter 6 is popping, so a bunch of videos are dropping right now of that too.
Yeah.
So like the fighting world is like on the up right now. I feel
Yeah.
like it's got a lot of attention. So having a competition like this in general is such a good way to get the momentum down here in the valley ready for this kind of situation.
Yep. And you know, I'm most definitely looking forward to it. So you're asking about the game that's gonna like kill it.
It's gonna pop, yeah.
Well, for me, again, everyone has their own expectation, but for me, this is my main game, and it's also the game that like I got all the homies to show up, the local town heroes, the out of towners. I even got Mexico showing up.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Oro
Okay.
Reynosa,
Yeah.
Bravo, yeah. So it's about 4 guys coming over there, and they're all
International.
diverse. Like one guy plays one combat, one guy plays one
Good stuff.
shotgun. You know, it's really, really, really awesome. And you know, they went out of the way to get their visas to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they
that's
mean
wild,
business,
man. That's so
business.
cool,
Okay,
though.
I
Yeah.
got it.
So-
It's so damn cool.
So Marvel Shotgun 2, that's the game, and that one has $100 pop bonus.
Oh, it's already
And-
popping.
Wow.
And
Okay.
that's the other guy that comes from Dallas.
That's it. Oh
And
no.
There's
dude.
actually a rivalry between me and him.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he took me out in an Austin
I'll
tournament.
fucking eat his pizza, bro. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, so that's the game that's gonna probably have the most hype. Like everyone down here who plays is attending. This is like coworkers, you know, it's people I haven't seen in 10 years.
Yeah, yeah.
People who are like, hey, I'm down, you know, like so I think it's gonna have about like 15 players, but it's gonna be the most toughest competition of all of them. And
I suck at most of these games,
Yeah.
so if you guys want to challenge me, fucking Ninja Turtles, fucking Shredder's Revenge,
yeah. And
challenge you at that, man.
so Marvel Strike 2, it's really broken
Man,
and forgiving.
Ugh.
You die in one hit, but it's so awesome to watch.
you die in one.
Yo, you know what I've been thinking about ever since you've been talking about this lineup? It's like the community itself, like it has its own built-in marketing. Like all you have to do is just have like a word of mouth, and then everyone comes out, right? Or is there any marketing involved?
So
with
that
what-
word
what
of
you
mouth
do?
has been around for 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it's built in. I love that aspect. Yeah,
It's
This
got
is-
like legacy, man. It's
Yeah.
got like legacy action.
And what's awesome, this is me traveling the world. This is me like just knowing a lot of people down here. Me competing like all over Texas. You know, this is all 20 years in the making. Chris De Leon, funny how you were talking about him
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
I'm actually the one who recruited him,
Nice.
nice.
and we went to the same high school.
Nice.
And then 5 years later, the new Mortal Kombat came out.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 9. And that's where he came back.
And that's where he came back and stuff.
Yeah,
Same
but
thing with Killer Instinct, right?
yeah, but he took a lot of L's for a while.
Yeah,
But-
you gotta learn it, man. You gotta take your licks, man.
like traveling really makes a difference.
So before we let you go, because I know you got stuff to do and stuff like
Correct.
that. What is your dream to have pop off of this? Because you're not just gonna run some shit like
That's a
this
good
and be
question.
like, oh, I just want to do it because I have an arcade.
No, I mean,
Like I know you have like an idea. Like, what's your main idea for this? What do you want? How
Um,
far do you want it to go?
I want to build a circuit,
Okay.
and there already is one. It's just that I'm slowly merging to it, and this is me proving myself.
Good shit, dude. Good shit. Where do you see yourself in 5 years of this? Yeah, man.
Well, just to kind of give you some perspective, Street Fighter 6 is coming out.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get in there.
Yep.
So
And,
I was gonna ask that. So with these new games that are coming out, do you see yourself going hardcore into one of these newer games?
So here's the thing that it works. So I have these arcade cabinets, right? There's old gen and next gen, right? So the retro stuff, that's always going to be in its original cabinet one way or another. Now, if you go to the pictures,
Mhm.
I mean the camera real quick, the footage.
Do you want me to show? Okay, the
Yeah.
other one.
So let's look at the.
I'm gonna open it up real quick, guys. So give me a minute. So I'm
All right.
Good, man.
So the one on the one that has color,
Yeah, the
Okay.
top right.
Yeah.
the ones that have coloring on the, the ones that have the LCDs, not the CRTs, the ones on the right, the two right. Those are head-to-heads. Those are called Velixes, and those have the capability of putting a PC or a next-gen console.
Really?
True.
And that's the future for me.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can still bring a console, put it on a table, and you connect your controller. That's fine.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's the aesthetic, and that's what's gonna, that's what everything's played on in Japan today.
Dude, can you imagine we do this shit, but we do it like with a ring, and the ring has the 2 cabinets in it and all this other stuff? That'd be so cool if you could do it like in a cage, bro, like a UFC cage.
It's gonna happen.
Like straight up
So-
2 consoles against each other,
So there's
locked in a
actually
cage. Dude.
there's actually an event in Florida called CEO. It's wrestling themed.
Okay.
It's all fighting games,
Ah,
but they have a wrestling ring inside of it.
that is so dope, dude.
That's pretty
So
dope.
it's already been done.
That's
but-
so good.
I mean, I would love to do that, but I don't know when, where yet.
I have a ring in a cage, bro. I got 2 rings.
See, like, there's already discussion here. So
Yeah, we're on the move, man.
Yeah.
We're on that move, boys.
yeah.
Well, Hamm, I gotta say, man, dude, I'm so appreciative that you invited us out to this event, that you're hosting this thing for the Valley, and you're creating something that's gonna make us hopefully put the Valley on the map in the fighting game tournaments, man.
Yeah.
Kind of bring it all back. Is there anything else coming on? Any other events that you got coming on?
Yeah, no, I mean, so for those who don't know, Games of Hams, it's been changed to Ham's Arcade now, but I'm still going by both, so it's okay. It's like you're getting consoles, you're getting arcades, or you're getting the whole show,
You're
right?
getting both.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, it's not just like arcades; there's also modding, there's arcade repair, restorations, right? So it's a
Awesome.
combination of things. It's not just like I'm a host, It's just like I'm bringing the entertainment, and I also bring the love of fixing stuff,
True that. True that.
Perfect.
So,
Ham, we got to get you a bigger chair next time, buddy. Like,
No, it's okay.
but this is outrageous, man. You
That's
own the
my
totally
spot.
right, man. I
This-
totally
you
give it a
own
good
the spot, bro. We got to get you a bigger chair, man.
Yeah.
I'm
Nah,
joking,
so
I'm
real
joking.
talk, I actually have a scoliosis.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's not bad.
Sorry about
so
that.
I'm used to this chair, and it's fine.
Okay, Tristan, you got to like lower the camera or something, man.
Dude, if I get any shorter, I'm gonna just disappear. And that's because this guy's like 6 foot tall. I'm like 3 feet. Like this dude, it literally looks like a Joel and Ellie from The Last of Us. Like the height, I'm Grogu. He's the Mandalorian. I don't want to do that right now to myself. I don't need that in my life.
Yeah. So my next events. So shout outs Michael Benacourt,
Yeah.
Yes.
Storytellers. I know I was going to that, but unfortunately it got postponed.
Yeah. We got postponed to
So-
September, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
So
Yes.
Good stuff.
That
Good
sucks.
stuff.
As of right now, the roadmap to Ham's Arcade, it's looking Comic-Con, of course, Ultra Gamers Expo,
Nice.
Anime Fiesta, of course. And the thing is, I'm getting contacted still, like to this day, to do random other all-ball events.
Mhm.
So I got a graduation party coming up.
Nice.
Yeah, at a church.
Yeah.
So-
What kind of? Do you have any
Graduation
like
at a church.
Jesus versus
I
like
don't know.
games or no?
No, they actually asked for DDR.
Why don't we do Why don't we take the Simpsons game and just switch them out for like the disciples and shit?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I could.
Jesus
This is a
Christ.
hack.
Yeah, there's a hack for it. Have
Yeah.
Jesus in there with a cross, just beat the shit out of people and stuff.
Yeah.
We got that stuff.
So usually I ask for I provide an inventory of what I have, and the people who recruited me for that event, they actually wanted DDR only, but then they thought that's all I had. What happened was the word of mouth happened.
Christ and beat
Christ the beat down for everyone. Dude.
I like
That'd be
that.
all,
Gee,
man.
I like
Buddy
that.
For
Christ.
everyone. Yeah, Buddy Christ. Yeah. Jesus the Return and shit. Two guns and shit.
Yeah. So there's that event, and then I have another graduation party for a friend of mine, and I think I'm doing. I don't know. It's been a wedding, I think, like in December, but I don't know yet. So.
What about all your rhythm games, dude?
Oh yeah. So I have different categories of games, right? There's
Yeah.
rhythm games, there's fighting games, there's beat 'em ups, there's shmups,
Yeah.
there's the 80s, the 70s, asteroids.
As a matter of fact, no joke, I got to play the most coolest version of Mario Kart I have ever played in my entire fucking life here in his shop. He has Mario Kart modded into like a fucking NASCAR game that's so clean and it plays so darn well, dude.
Oh yeah,
That's
Mike
awesome.
Benacourt, he remembers
Yeah,
Bachelor Party.
it is so good, dude. It is so good.
So what you're referring to is not only do we do restores, but sometimes you have cabinets that just have really good hardware in them.
Mhm.
So you decide to convert them.
Okay.
So what it is, we got this NASCAR game. We actually got it from 80s Brewery, and I don't really like NASCAR. I'm not a fan personally. So but it has a 43-inch LCD screen on it built in.
Can't beat that. Yeah.
It's fucking badass,
and
dude.
a 3 channel audio and whatnot. And thanks to Josh, Josh. That was his innovation there, and we made it happen. So we got some beefy PCs.
Mhm.
Those beefy PCs came in handy. By beefy I mean like graphics cards.
Yeah,
RAM,
they're really
CPU,
because that's like the quality of the video on the television screen on those monitors is like 4K, dude. Like it is so it literally makes like Mario Kart look real.
It's a DVI to HDMI.
It's gorgeous, man. It is such
That's
a great
dope. That's dope. That's dope.
So the thing is, it's actually not just Mario Kart. It's actually a racing simulator.
Okay.
So you can put whatever you want in there.
Nice. Dude,
But
nice.
we left it in Mario Kart just to like avoid the confusion, because we have some other cultures coming. So
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
So even though I have my collection, there's still stuff coming to the door sometimes, or people want it fixed, or they sell it, or I end up getting it somehow, or projects come and go.
True that. True. So Ham, where can anybody reach you in case they need anything
Mainly
arcade life done?
just reach out to the Games at Ham's page on Facebook. Any questions, or contact me directly. My phone number's on there as well. So,
Yeah.
I guess I kind of want to bring this up because you guys don't have this in your discussion, but I don't think you guys know about this, or maybe you do. But I kind of want to talk about E3 being canceled.
Oh,
shit.
I
Okay.
actually heard about this yesterday. So the crazy thing is, my opinion on this is E3 usually becomes like a really bad meme because everybody really sucks at being a presentation guy, and everybody gets stage fright. They all shake hands weird, like when they're like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" and they're like, "Oh, like they just kind of like fumble too much." I think the only thing entertaining this past year at E3 was, of course, like some of the game footage. Not gonna lie, but like I think like Keanu Reeves coming out and telling someone like you're wonderful or whatever. Like that was kind of like the highlight of the entire event. I kind of feel like it's like a big money thing for them. Like you're not making money from it. What's your opinion? Because okay, so I see it from the outside because I'm not as a part of E3 like the gaming, the news and stuff as you would be.
Yeah.
So what's your take on it?
I mean, I think it's done.
Yeah, well, I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
If they're gonna
And
cancel
it hasn't really regrouped since the pandemic,
Since
right?
the
Like
coronavirus,
No, not at all.
it never recovered, right? Is that what happened?
yeah.
That and like
Nor would it need to. I mean, you have Nintendo Directs, Sony Directs, Xbox Live, and like their presentations. So it's almost not even necessary now. And then on top of that, every company has like their own separate like dev talk that they do. So I mean, it's gotten to the point where E3 is almost entirely unnecessary as far as like a gaming convention goes.
Yeah, because I mean, even by itself, like if Sony wanted to have its own convention,
they can
like
do
it
it.
could just do a Sony.
Well, check this out. Evil became that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Evil is a Sony
It just
convention.
did. Yeah, it's a Sony convention, right?
So then, are we
Like-
really
like if
even?
Cap-
Are we really even missing anything if they
No, I
if
don't
they're
think so.
done?
No.
Like we're not missing anything, right?
No, we're not.
really. I mean, even the concept of them doing like awards for games of the year, they do that with something else, don't they?
IGN, right? Or
Yeah.
the IGN
I mean,
awards.
there's always a source.
Yeah. So I don't really see a point. I mean, E3, it's been a good run. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but like I said, it ends up being more meme shit. It ends up being something that's being made fun of. I think last year was that the one that the chick broke her tailbone?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
wait, yeah.
No, that was
Was it?
TwitchCon.
Yeah, that was
Was that
TwitchCon.
TwitchCon?
I was gonna
But
say
I,
that was TwitchCon. But
Yeah.
I
And that was
get you.
Adriana
I get you.
Chechik, dude, and she's still in recovery, bro.
and she broke her
Yeah.
back. She broke
Yeah, she
her
was
back in
someone.
3 different places. But
Yeah.
that's the concept. Like, I just feel like there's never anything that's tangible in the sense of it being a heavy hitting convention. It
But
ends
you
up
know
being
what,
where
dude?
it's-
If I'm going out with a bang. I'm scrounging up whatever little bit of money I can get and just put on one last bang. Go out with a bang
Nah,
if I could.
I don't even think they have it, man. I don't think they have it. I think it was their best thing for them to cancel. I don't even think they should have made it public. I think they should have just under the radar just been like, yeah, we're not gonna do
just Homer Simpson, Homer Simpson
just
to
be
the
chill
bushes.
about it and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, because it's like now people are gonna talk about it, and then you're gonna get YouTubers that are like, oh, it's so sad and E3 and it's so great. No, dude, it was bad. It was bad these last couple of years. It was really bad. So yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, it kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, for the last couple of years, have we really been excited for E3?
Some people were, but they're just used to that routine,
Yeah, they're just used to it.
And
Kind of
now-
make it where like it's the only source of information that they're getting or whatnot. But they just don't have their ears to the ground when it comes to the news and gaming community and stuff like that. And then nowadays, even the gaming is like the big franchise games, like they're not doing as well. And like the only one that's ever been that has done well this past year had to be like God of War. Like think of any other, even what was the Cyberpunk, right? Cyberpunk was a huge hit at E3 several years ago, and then they released it and it was just hot garbage before all the patches and them take care of it. Same thing with Battlefield 2042, right? Battlefield, it was one of the biggest trailers that they announced at E3, and then it came out and it was just really bad.
Yeah.
So like a lot of these franchises, they're almost like in this rut where they're just like trying to throw out as much content as they can and not taking their time to make like bangers, man. Like right now, I'm telling you, the way that Tekken and Street Fighter are handling their releases of their video game is really smart. It's a release of a trailer of one character per week or per day. They're not announcing when they're going to release it. They just put it out there. It's a surprise. And then they'll do collabs of like they just released yesterday. If you're watching for Tekken, 8-minute gameplay of the Tekken gameplay, 8 minutes straight. And it shows a lot of information, just enough for you to know that the game has evolved, changed, and gotten better. Like that's what you feel just watching the trailer. And I think they're knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
They don't need to wait for E3.
Arrow's giving their own spotlight when they want to.
And not only that, think of the opportunities that those type of organizations have on their own to getting the views rather than giving the views to like E3.
Yeah. And
You know
I'm
what I
saying,
mean?
yeah, and they're probably better at displaying their own shit anyway. So yeah, it makes more sense. Yeah.
True that. Good question, man. Good call. Ham, I want to say thank you very much
Yes.
for jumping on the show, man. It's always a pleasure having you.
Ham,
When
it
you
was a
jump
pleasure.
in the comment section, when you jump in the comment section, and I love seeing you at conventions and stuff, man. We're gonna be kicking it with you a little bit later, of course, and yeah, man, we'll be gaming a little bit later on tonight. You'll be kicking my ass in Super Street Fighter Turbo 20,000, man.
Yeah. So one thing I just want to say.
Shoot it.
So this tournament I'm running tomorrow.
Yeah.
Celtics Battle Dojo 2023, right?
Yeah.
So there's actually a reason why I'm doing it in the first place. One, to bring the community together, but there's also that circuit. It's at the third week of the month of April. So before the week of Comic Con, I'm going to Houston for Texas Showdown. Texas Showdown is
like one of the big ones, right?
It's the biggest Texas regional.
Yeah.
So I'm the preliminary.
Good shit.
Yeah. So tune into that if you're a fan. You want to keep
Yeah,
going.
guys, if you're into the fighting game and you're in that genre, make sure you tune in and make sure you see the competition that's going to be at the showdown. So, guys, hit us up. Make sure you watch the live feed tomorrow here on Twitch. And Ham, like I said, thank you so much for jumping in with me, man. Privilege. All right, boys, back to regular work. What's going down?
Yo, what a time to be alive when Cyberpunk came out.
Telling you.
And all the fucking bet and just watching I think that was the first time I realized that the gaming community in whole was just fucking toxic. Yo, they jumped on that game's ass, bro. I loved it. I loved every fucking second of it.
That's so fucking funny, dude. Hey, so what's going on, boys? Let's talk about something, man. Let's get it. So we got regular nerd news that we're going to be talking about. Of course, we have some interesting stuff going on this week. Of course, like I said, tomorrow we have one of the most killer tournaments tomorrow here in the Valley. If you're in or if you're not, make sure you tune in. It's going to be a great time. But I got to talk to you guys, man. Disney is in the world of trouble, man. In a world of trouble. There's so much drama going on with Disney this week. Talk to us
So
about
much
it.
drama in the LDC.
In LBC. It's hard being Snoop D-O-double-G.
There you go.
Okay, so straight up, I got to talk about this. So Victoria Alonso, we heard about this last week, where she was fired on Disney just on a whim. And when we were talking about this last week, we were talking about maybe it's just they needed someone who needed to take a fall. They needed a fall guy. They needed all this stuff. It ended up not being that way. So we ended up having it to where she was actually fired purposely for doing some bad shit. Triggs, I know you have some information on this, man. Can you give us all the info that you know about this?
Yeah, man. So Victoria Alonso, she's the head of physical production and post-production in VFX in Disney and Marvel, right? So she's really, really, integrated with Kevin Feige, Bob Iger, Bob Chapek when he was still around. She was very, very involved. So, and on top of that, she was also involved in, integral in the movie making and direction of how the movies were being made. Well, her being under contract with Disney prohibits her from making movies with another studio, with an outside studio, outside of Disney, Marvel, what have you. Mm-hmm. So she made a movie not too long ago called Argentina, 1986 or something like that.
Okay.
And the heads knew about this, and they were like, "You cannot do this. Do not do this." She did it anyway, right? So then Quantumania is released, and they're doing the red carpet. Guess whose fucking movie is also premiering that exact same day on the red carpet? Argentina's. Really? And guess where she's ended up? At Argentina's red carpet event instead of, Quantumania's. So obviously Disney's like, you are done. That's it. You had a chance. We told you not to do it. You poked the bear and you kept fucking doing it. Done. You were done. And now she's coming out and she's actually saying like the people who are credited for directing these movies, they didn't have any role, like they weren't really directing. It was us, the post VFX guys. And I'm like, yo, man, sit down, dude. Like apparently she thinks she didn't name them by name, but she mentions the movie. Like inherently is that she thinks the Russo brothers shouldn't have gotten the credit that they deserved for
Hell yeah.
For Winter Soldier.
What?
Yeah, man.
Why?
Because
Okay, so first off,
it was her direction that led to the success of that movie.
really? Shit, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay, so just breaking it down, Argentina, 1985. A team of lawyers takes on the heads of the Argentina's bloody military dictatorship during the 1980s in a battle against odds and a race against time. Just letting you guys know what it's all about.
That movie sounds a lot more interesting than MODOK's ass.
Fucking MODOK's ass cheeks. Yeah, no fucking.
Someone had to
kidding,
pay
man.
for that. Someone had to answer for that. Someone had to answer for MODOK's cheeks being on the screen, bro. And
Even topping that off, someone had to spend time doing the artwork on some ass cheeks on the
Yo, dude, she is head of VFX, bro. Like the only
that's her direction, as she claims.
Yo, honestly, we've only been hearing about negative shit when it comes to Marvel and their VFX and Disney and their VFX. Yo, the VFX creators are bitching left and right about the working conditions, and they blame her. So it's like someone had to answer for that, bro.
True that.
And
so I just want to let everybody know.
Make another movie with another studio, and you're gonna think that it's cool. Nah.
But all right, so I'm gonna just my perspective on that. I think she may have. This is just me speculating, but I think at that point she probably may have already knew that it was over. So she was like, "Why the fuck would I go to that premiere when I got this shit over here that I'll rather?" Because I'm probably like, listen, when you're about to get fired, it's normally not a fucking a random thing. Like it's coming.
Granted, but in like here, let me play devil's advocate on that.
Okay.
Now, if you think that you're untouchable and you go to, X Premiere because you think that you're so ingrained in the company that you're untouchable and this happens, of course you're going to be bitter and start talking shit, which is exactly what she's doing right now.
So what kind of stuff is she talking?
But yeah, I did see that she put out, or somebody in her camp put out a statement. I think it might have been her lawyer saying that the reason why she was let go. It's weird because in the beginning it said that she stepped down, right?
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden it says she got let go.
Yeah.
She was let go.
Okay.
But anyway, it's weird that they put out a statement saying like she had uncovered some wild shit that they were doing and was going to like uncover them or whatever, and that's why she got let go or something to that effect. It's really weird.
We thought something else was going to kind of pop off.
Yeah, it's really weird. Everyone that I was watching that was reporting on this was waiting for some tea to drop, but nothing came because apparently they're gonna probably try to settle.
I gotta say what's up. It's we are here today at Hamm's Arcade. I'm gonna go ahead and show this off to you guys real quick.
Please, man. Yeah, we got to see
in
it.
the arcade.
Yeah,
just hanging out.
Look at that in all its glory.
There's Hamm right there. There's our boy right there, Hamm. We're right now on the projector in the back. I just want to show you guys that we are actually in the studio that they have prepped here for the commentators for tomorrow's event. I got Josh. What's up, Josh? Here, man. What's up, my dude? And yeah, man. I just want to show you. It feels real weird, man. I'm not used to this kind of a setup. I mean, you guys know the way I usually have it. Right now, I feel like the guy that's like, hey, you want to buy some fucking chop pops? Let me get. You know what I'm talking about? That fucking weird guy. You gotta know who I'm talking about. That sales guy, dude.
No.
The slap nuts or what's that? Slap chop, dude.
Slap nuts.
Slap chop, guys. It fucking cuts and chops. It does all this shit. Welcome to the show and fucking. That's what I feel like right now, dude. With all this shit, dude. Does it feel weird that I'm like moving around and I'm fucking like I feel.
Look at you on a standing desk, dude. You look so animated now, dude.
I'm telling you, man. It's super wild, man. I'm fucking freaking out, dude. I'm freaking out, guys. But yeah,
Richard Simmons, dude.
Yeah. Oh, reach your toes and do some shit. Oh, I have so much room for activities, boys. So much room for activities. I feel like I'm far away. I'm close, but yeah. All right. I gotta just get that out of my system real quick.
Slap nuts.
Slap nuts. Yeah, I couldn't remember the goddamn guy, dude.
I found
just
that. I
remember
found
guy
that.
with the-
I don't listen. The fact that Triggs didn't laugh at that is shocking to me. That was funny. That was extremely funny to me. I'm sorry,
That was
man.
super
I'm
fucking
sorry,
funny.
man. I'm hitting the
I'm
sauce
still.
right now,
I'm
dude.
still kind of. I'm
Man,
still
I'm
laughing
hitting
at
the
that.
sauce right
Yeah,
now.
he's a little bit in the sauce right now.
Yeah,
was
dude, I'm
funny, man.
saucing right now.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just letting you guys know that the background changed and everything right now, and me standing up. I just want to let you guys know. But
I'm
getting
gonna
back to the
go
conversation.
step out and go make myself a drink, man. Give me like 30 seconds, dude. Shit.
Go ahead. Yeah, man. Fuck it. If you need it, it's there. But I
Oh,
have to
man,
ask.
all
Okay,
I need
so,
to
like,
do is just fill this bitch with ice. I got everything else with me.
yeah, that's fine. So I gotta ask Brian, like, how do you feel about the whole Victoria Alonso thing? Like, what does it make you feel like knowing
Listen,
that Disney was like just willing to be like, "Yo, okay, cool. You don't want to be
honestly, we talked about it last week. I personally felt as though I think I might have shifted my perspective on this. At first, I thought it was a warning shot at Kevin Feige. But maybe it was just her time to go, dude. Like maybe it was just that she ran her course. She had been there for like 10, 15 years,
17
dude. Like
years?
she had been there. She had been there for a while now. So yeah.
Do you
And,
think
and again, somebody had to answer for Ant-Man. Someone
Well, I
had
was
to
about
answer
to
for that.
say, like, there's a lot of shit that's been going down for the VR and all that special effects, and everybody's been. I mean, since She-Hulk, we talked about it too back then. Like, what if it doesn't have to be about like someone having to take the fall, but more in the sense of her just being like, you know what, like fuck these guys, they just treat us like shit. Like, what if, because we've heard it before where the spokesperson for Disney has come out and been like, oh no, dude, like the VFX people, like we respect them, we don't know what they're talking about. But then all the VFX people, of course, are like, dude, we are
They're
being
pissed, dude.
overworked.
Yeah,
We are
they're pissed.
underappreciated. we are underpaid.
But to that exact same point, she's the reason that they are being
That they're
treated like
pissed.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
so I think there was a report that, you know, a lot of people that are in the VFX world are happy to see her go. Like they're not shedding any tears over the fact that she's gone.
Yeah, in the comment section, Michael Betancourt says there's a lot of VFX artists complaining that there's that was her world.
Yeah,
That
no,
many
that's what I'm
employees
saying,
have issues is revealing of her leadership.
Yeah.
So that is it that she was the one that was being like just rude to everybody or what?
It very well
yeah.
could have been. I mean, like, obviously, we're not the fly in the wall over at Disney Studios,
Yeah.
at Marvel Studios, right?
So,
You
all right, Trix, not to cut you off, but I know what direction you're going, but it's just before you say that, just hear me out on this. A lot of the VFX gets changed last minute, and
No,
they
and
are
you're
asking,
right, dude. I
and
know
they're
it does.
asking
There's a
the
lot of
VFX. So that's what the issue is. It's not the fact that she's a nasty. Well, maybe she is a nasty person as well, but the fact that they just put so much pressure on these VFX people, like, yo, we're changing shit last minute because, you know, they do a lot of reshoots, they do like a lot of dumb shit, right? And so they're putting a lot of pressure on these VFX people. So I
What
think
about
that's
this-
what it is, bro.
Yeah, but
What
on
about
top
this-
of that, what
Go ahead.
else? What else does she direct? Post production. So she's the one who's like, we're gonna do reshoots. We're gonna start working on this. You now have 3 new projects.
Yeah.
Go.
And we have a deadline, and
Yeah.
and if you don't have it done, I'm
Fired.
getting rid of
Yeah.
you. I'm
Yeah.
getting rid of you.
Well, what about the situation with the Ike Perlmutter?
Okay,
The guy that
that's
got
a
fired
different.
recently.
That's a different. But it's still ultimately.
I was gonna
it's
say, but
still
before, like,
Iger.
it's like weeks later.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
not even,
it's
like,
still
a couple of
Iger
days?
getting. Now, see, that is something that I think that one's personal. I don't think him getting rid of the VFX lady. I don't think that was personal. I think that was business. This
That's all business, and that's
Yeah.
an Argentina thing. Like
Yeah.
one that was. I'm not gonna say the straw that broke the camel's back, but that was absolutely like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this anymore.
Yeah, I don't
You're
need
gone.
it. I don't need it. Like I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a fun time type of thing.
Yeah.
Like I got 2 years, bro.
Yeah.
Don't mess around.
Don't test me.
around
Don't fuck
Yeah,
with me.
exactly.
Like I promise you, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you're
fucking
gonna be
axe
gone.
your shit.
But the chairman that he fired, that was personal. He had went against Bob Iger in the past.
Yeah, because he was
over
on.
his-
Yeah, because he was a Bob Chapek dick rider, dude.
yeah.
Well, not
and
only that, apparently this guy was like the feud of Kevin Feige like all these years.
he was
Like
like
a
the
lot
enemy.
of the stuff. Yeah, because a lot of the stuff that Kevin Feige wanted to bring in, this guy was like instantly against it. Like
Yeah.
instantly against it. Like we were talking about in the comment section, Robert mentions that he was against the X-Men, he was against the Fantastic Four. These are all like big names, but he was like, nah, not about it. Don't care for that shit. Don't.
And and honestly, it's a smart move on Bob Iger's part because this guy holds a lot of power over there.
Absolutely, dude.
At Disney.
Absolutely.
So if you can get rid
if
of
he
him,
has enough to do that, like if he can keep the X-Men and the Fantastic Four out of them early, like for them to at least initiate him once they got the rights to him and to start like bleeding him in. If he has the rights to be like, nah, fuck that, we don't want him. Like that's a lot of fucking power. A lot of power.
Dude, man, this guy Iger, he's not messing around with y'all, bro. Like he's gonna get rid of everybody. Anyone that's ever looked at him funny, it may take him some time, but you're gonna be out of here, bro. He's gonna get you, bro.
But how do we feel about it though? Like, how do we feel like?
Yo, fuck it, man.
Honestly, this is my stance on it. If it makes the product and the industry better, then I'm for it. And if that means Kevin Feige's got to go, then sure. I may not like it at first because Kevin Feige is obviously tried and true. But if it needs to happen, then it needs to happen because you know what? The guy cares about the company. He cares about the product and his leadership through, the first 13 years of Marvel Studios has clearly shown that.
Yeah. Honestly, so I was gonna say, like, I myself, I love to watch a freaking mess sometimes, dude. So this promoter thing, that actually is more interesting to me, man. This was Bob Iger being a straight up gangster, bro. He was like, yo, you gotta go. I'm done looking at you. Like, you gotta get up out of here. I love that type of shit, man.
And how do we feel about it? Like, how far does this reach go for this kind of situation? Like, we see him
dropping go as far as he wants, bro. He's the chairman.
That was a chairman with a shitload of stock.
Yeah,
dude.
I was gonna say we literally saw someone that's been in the industry for 17 years fighting for this franchise, and then screwing up, and then getting fired like instantly being
Kevin
dropped.
Feige's right hand woman, by the way.
Yeah, literally, like one of the Infinity Gauntlet jewels of Kevin Feige's hands, dude. Straight up. And then we have this guy, chairman. Literally a chairman in the Marvel franchise, Disney franchise, get completely fucking derailed. Literally walked in, pink slip, get the fuck out. Get
but
your box
okay,
and go.
just he's still a rich man. He's still like that doesn't mean that he's gotta. Yeah, that doesn't mean that he's got to sell his stock. He still holds a major majority of the stock. But
but even with that, I'm talking about we literally know how much power just on the fact that he was able to keep two of the major heavy hitters in the Marvel universe out of the franchise. Just on word of mouth. You just literally be like, no, I don't want it.
Bob Iger just kicked him out the building.
And Bob Iger's just like, hey, dude, get your shit, get the fuck out.
Yeah, he just kicked him out the building. He didn't kick him out the party. He just kicked him out the building.
But straight, like, how far do we think Bob Iger reaches? Like, are we looking at like Star Wars next? Kathleen Kennedy's kind of like
She's done.
We talked about this already, man.
Yeah, but and I completely agree with this with Brian, dude. 2 years and she's out.
Oh, dude, most definitely.
If that.
Definitely.
She doesn't even have that. Her contract is up in 2024. She doesn't even have 2 years, bro.
But
she's
like,
got 1 year.
Of it, like, she was one of the people that George Lucas kind of like left everything behind to, and entrusted the franchise.
You know what? And it's funny that you say that, dude, because George Lucas had handpicked her.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, like she's been in the trenches with Star Wars.
Yeah.
To only see where it's gone now and it be like a complete mess. And almost like a joke of itself, with thank God people like David Filoni and
Jon Favreau
and Jon Favreau coming in and literally saving the franchise and trying to get people back and invigorated and them actually caring about it. Like,
yo, what's interesting though is that Filoni is from that umbrella too, bro.
Yeah, he is, dude.
So I don't know why.
Filoni is a direct pick from George Lucas. And Filoni signs off as well on Kathleen Kennedy.
Kathleen Kennedy should have been gone a long time ago, and Filoni should have been in that. I
agree.
I think they should have let her. I think they should have respectfully have her bow out after the last trilogy. I think she should have just been like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna just dip my shit and get the fuck out of here. I think I fucked up enough. I'll just take my whippings and my money and go." I think she should have just bounced out then, man, and just left it to someone who cares. Leave it to someone who wants it to go. Because like right now. Like, no disrespect, Brian. I know you like the guy, but I am not excited for like a Taika Waititi Star Wars trilogy.
Oh, that's my guy, bro.
I know. That's why I'm saying. I know you like the guy, but like with what he's been doing and what Hollywood's been doing and what they're allowing him to do, like I am not excited for what this guy can do because he went into the Thor franchise and he was literally like fighting. This is the same thing they did with She-Hulk. Is they were fighting the audience to knowing what they wanted and being like, "Well, is that what you want? Well, fuck you. I'm not going to do it." That was what Rian Johnson did, dude.
I don't think we're gonna get a major Star Wars movie anytime soon. So I think you're safe.
They have to.
They don't.
They have to. If they do not get something by December, Kathleen Kennedy's completely out.
No, she's out. She's out now,
No,
dude.
she still has time on her contract.
She's
And I'm
got
not saying it's
fucking
going to be
like
bad
less
or
than
good.
she's got less. Listen, Chris, she's got less than a year before her contract is up. That means
there's a difference.
By December 31st of this year, they have to come to a contract agreement with her. I do not see Chris. Just hear me out. Let me finish.
I know.
I don't see there being a world where she is offered a renewal contract. They have not made any business over there. Like I don't think that's gonna happen. She doesn't have 2 years. She's gone at the end of this year. Look it up. Her contract is up.
I understand that completely.
She's not going to be offered another contract.
There's literally a difference between finishing your contract and getting fired. She's
finishing the contract. She just won't. She won't be renewed. I don't know,
man. I just feel like.
What's the point? What's the point? What's the point of firing her now? After all you've been through, you should have fired her a long time ago.
Same thing with Victoria Alonso. It's the same thing with this weird guy.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's not even close. It's not even close.
No, it's not.
It's not even close.
I'm going to have to very strongly disagree with you on that.
Why do you guys disagree?
Because Victoria Alonso made another movie for another studio. She got caught. She was told otherwise. They fucking canned her.
Oh, no, that's straight firing. I get that. But what's the difference between her? That's a breach of contract.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken.
And all Kathleen Kennedy has done is just put subpar. And I'm gonna have to say subpar, not bad, but subpar products out. Yeah. Because they've made money. They have. I mean, it's there. The science, the facts, the numbers are there. They have made money, but they are just not the greatest products. Us as fans wanted more.
She can never win over the eye of public opinion. She can never win over the hardcore fans. That's where the issue is. Like Mando right now, like just the viewership for this for anything Star Wars related is just down right now. Like, and again, I don't see that changing anytime soon. All of these major shows that were supposed to be coming are getting canceled or don't even have really a buzz at this point. So why renew her contract? Like there's nothing. I don't see it happening, bro.
Okay. Well, I mean, I just think that I think that it's something bad. I know that there's like a stipulation that's going on right now that if Star Wars does not bring a major film by the time Christmas hits, like something bad is supposed to happen to Kathleen Kennedy. And that's all I know. That's all I'm saying. So
Chris,
you guys want to look it up?
Chris, just think about this, dude. Like we know about movies years in advance. You want to hear something coming by Christmas that she's not even going to be around for.
Yeah, they're not even going to have anything on. Star Wars doesn't have anything in that. Doesn't have anything in the pocket right now.
And if you're if you're Disney or Lucasfilm, what benefit do you get by having Kathleen Kennedy announce a movie that everyone, even in the public, knows that she won't be around for?
Yeah, she ain't gonna be around for.
There's no point to that. Let her write out her contract. Don't fucking announce anything, bro. Like just let her write out her contract and call it a day.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, good on that, boys. Onwards to the next part of the conversation. Boys, we got to talk about some crazy shit that happened this past week. Crazy shit happens. It just so happens that
I'm so glad I have my sauce with me, man. This is
it just so happens that our world has been infiltrated by a Kang variant. His name is
dude.
Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors is in deep waters, boys.
That was the 616. That was the 616 right there, bro.
I was gonna say, dude.
We got the 616
right there, bro.
the
Jonathan Majors of this timeline, I hope. Who wants to give us the breakdown of this one, man?
Brian, I'm gonna give this one to you, brother.
All right. Fuck.
Brian's up to bat. Brian's up to bat.
You know, no, don't worry about it. I'll tackle it. And I'll have. I'm acting kind of reserved because that's my guy, dude, man.
I know, man. I know, dude.
I had a lot to look forward to, man. But listen, all right. Before I start acting all sad and dejected or whatever, we still don't know the facts, all right? Like, at the end of the day, we don't know the facts. But to those who have been living under a rock, the other day, I don't even remember what day it was it last Friday, whatever it is. Yeah. Apparently, there was an altercation between Jonathan Majors and now come to find out his girlfriend, either, and I get different reports. It was either inside of a Uber or inside of a house. I don't know.
I've
Well, it's
read
'cause
inside of a
I've heard
house
there's now
on more
several.
reports.
Okay,
I've
but I've
heard there's
also
now
heard,
several reports
but I've also heard in a car, like it started in a car or some
in
shit
an
like
Uber.
that, right?
Yeah.
And rumors, or it's alleged that it all started because he was getting some text messages from someone he probably shouldn't have got a text message from in front of this girl. We all know how that goes. And so fucking his girl and he get into an altercation. Let's call it that, right? To the point where the police were called. I have read reports that reports from Jonathan Major's camp that maybe it could have been him that called the police because of the situation. But either way, when the police showed up to the scene, there were marks on his girlfriend. No one knows what happens. Apparently,
Mhm.
there's supposed to be some type of video, as to which the lawyer thought would vindicate Jonathan Majors, but yet he still got indicted. The charges were pressed the next day, regardless of whatever video they had.
Uh,
And
good.
now we're at a point where it's in the eye, it's in the eye of the public, and we don't know what's going on now. Listen, I have been in a situation where, you know, things get crazy, things get out of hand. Not saying I've ever put my hands on a woman or whatever, but I understand how those situations go. um I don't want to pass judgment if I don't know the facts. That's how I usually am in these type of situations. So I will reserve my judgment on to what to think. Like, I'll make jokes about it or whatever, but like, I don't know what the fuck happened, dude.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think? Where are your heads at? So I have a very important question after, but I want to know your initial thoughts. Triggs, what was your initial thought when you heard this in the news?
Okay. So I'm gonna go a little bit in depth with this.
Okay.
My initial reaction was that of disappointment. Not disgust, but disappointment, because I was like, God damn it, dude. I really, really hope this is not true, because if it is, this is gonna fuck a lot of things up. I really, really like this guy. I really, really hope this isn't true. Fuck, man, this really sucks. Then, you know, like, what, that very next day, they start coming out with reports that, you know, she's retracted her statement, and that, like, she's actually saying and has evidence, sorry, and his lawyers have evidence that there was actually no wrongdoing whatsoever. She was just caught up in the moment. And like, now I'm deep diving into this, and I'm actually reading a text message between, like, from his girlfriend that's
just came out, like,
saying that,
today,
like,
yeah.
yeah, that says
honestly,
she did
though,
not want him arrested.
But honestly, that
Yeah.
doesn't say shit though. That doesn't, like, if you really think about that text, that really doesn't say whether or not he did anything.
Yeah, no, you're right. It does not prove his innocence. It just says that she did not want things escalated the way that they did.
Yeah.
Which means,
What
like,
does that
I
even
would-
mean?
Well, I would like to think that they could have handled it themselves once they had calmed down. And it seems like in this text message chain that she has, and she's like, okay, cool, let's talk, sort of shit. But
I don't know, man. That's like enabling the situation.
I agree.
There was at some point in this altercation that physical altercation came to order. Someone put their hands on someone else, and it should not matter who it was. If it was her to him or him to her, but protocols should be followed. Like, them being involved and them being like, hey, you know what? Like, someone touched me, I touched them. Police got to be involved. I need to make a police report, because it doesn't need to escalate past that. There needs to be someone to keep order between these two people who cannot create order between each other. That's my thing. Okay, so I am disappointed because of the fact that, like, I wouldn't want this to happen to someone on such a rise, being, again, a minority person trying to be in the limelight and build on the structure of building minorities when it comes to film and all this other stuff, and not following some fucking ratio or some fucking trope or something about it. I wanted it to be clean cut. I wanted it to be that this man comes in, dominates Hollywood, does an amazing job, lives a beautiful life, and does great things. I didn't want it to be where it turned into like a fucking just weird situation the way it turned out to be. So right now there's several situations, several altercations, or I don't know what the fuck's going on. All I know is it turned out like the way like Brian said it. It was, we heard about that there was an Uber call, like them in an Uber and getting into an altercation. And then later on it changed to several several variations of this being in different ways at different places, different years, different people, and all this other stuff.
It changed
And then
every day.
yeah,
The
it's
narrative
changing
changed every
every
day.
fucking day, dude. And
And
it's
it's
so
still
weird
changing.
because it's
Yeah.
and it's
That's the
still
shitty
changing.
part is that it's still changing.
Like one day people think he did it. Some people think he's vindicated. Then oh shit, I forgot he might have. It's weird, yo. It's a weird
Now,
situation.
now the thing is okay. We have another situation where an actor that is part of a, I'll fucking say it the way it is, clear and cut. That is part of a child-driven a studio. What do? What do they do? What is Disney? Not Marvel, because Marvel, yeah, like, but that's still blanketed under Disney. What did they do? What did they do in this situation now? Ezra Miller
This is
just had his whole
unfortunate.
fucking villain arc on fucking Hawaii a couple of months ago, a couple of years ago, where he fucking groomed and did all this other shit to kids and all this stuff. And Disney was just, or DC was like, we never heard about that. We never got the memo or whatever the fuck. But we see it. The society sees it. The public sees it. We see what
Do
they're doing,
you
and then what do you do to this? It's
do you
hard
guys
because,
do you guys as Disney try everything you possibly can to to bury this? Or do you just let it or
how?
do you just let it you can. You can.
Wait, I gotta ask this because we're not just asking about just some random Marvel character guy. We're talking about Jonathan Majors, probably one of the hottest commodities in Hollywood, not just in Marvel. There's no way you hide this because he's on everyone's lips right now. Like, even before this situation happened, he was in fucking Variety doing badass shoots, just launched Creed 3, did an amazing job. He's been in all these different places, been on all different talk shows, talking about his cup and all these other little things that he's got. There's so many things about him that you know about him right now because in history, right now is his moment.
All right. This is talking in the realm that he's found guilty
Yes.
and the charges stick. We don't know, all right?
No, I'm just saying in general.
But let's just talk, all right?
Yeah,
Let's just
in
talk.
general,
I mean,
yeah.
the optics aren't good, right? Of
Yeah,
course.
not-
They're not good. So that was my question that I was gonna end with. What the fuck does Disney do about this, bro?
Apparently, they are considering options.
This is the guy, man. This is supposed to be your guy. This is the guy that's supposed to usher your next phase.
Next,
You're
movies,
building your
Your
TV
entire-
shows
yeah.
and your
Everything.
movies around this guy.
Bro, you're
What
building an entire phase around this guy.
So
Yeah,
what
dude,
is it that you do? You're putting them, and I'm hoping it's not true, but you are putting Disney in a rough spot,
Right.
dude.
Right now, I'm on the direct, and it says insider Jeff Snyder revealed the studio hasn't made any decisions on a Marvel.
I'm on that exact same
Are you on that
article
one?
right now.
And
They're
it says
discussing
also that they've
options
been
with
discussing-
actor's agent.
Yeah, they're talking to his
So,
agent right now. And they're discussing
fuck.
major potentials, and they
That's
said,
not good.
I've heard that Marvel hasn't made any decisions regarding Jonathan Majors, but they've met with or spoken to his agent to discuss potential options going forward.
He's done, dude.
Don't say that, man. That's
He's
like,
done.
but that's like couldn't kind of put a fork in it, man, because we don't even know if any of this stuff is.
Does
gonna
Disney
come
even
out.
have to?
Because
Yo-
he
yo-
is done.
Yo, does
I know,
he?
dude.
Does Disney even have to put out a statement right now?
Oh fuck, that's a good point. No, I don't think they don't. I think Jonathan.
They could have
Majors,
probably sat on their hands on this a little bit longer.
I think Jonathan Majors needs to put something out. Like, I think because right now, again, this isn't discussions with Jonathan Majors. This is his agent. This is his PR team. It's not even him yet. He hasn't come out and at least made some type of comment saying, hey, you know what, guys, like, I know what this looks like, and I'm sorry. Let us get to the down and dirty. Right now, we have hype men. We have yes men out of all his corner coming in, and the lawyers like, we got this. I got Texas. He's your number one fan. He's got 1,000 people in his Facebook. Like, they're trying to hype him up and being like, you see, he's so cool. Look at his pecs. That means he's innocent.
Yeah, but
And
dude,
it's like, damn, dude, like, bro, that's not
there's
enough.
no cool way. That statement you just read, there's no cool way to say that, to make that sound.
It
There's no cool,
sounds so dumb.
like that sounds bad. Like
Yeah, it
we
sounds so
haven't
dumb.
made, we're exploring all options.
With his agent.
Who the fuck says that?
With his agent. They haven't even talked to him yet.
I would have rathered. You know what? We're still monitoring the situation.
Mhm.
We don't know, something like that. But when you're saying that, how does that sound? Like when you say that out loud, that sounds negative to me. I'm sorry.
It sounds fishy. It sounds fishy. It sounds like it's like, oh fuck, like it kind of looks like it's gonna go bad. Like, what do we do? What do we do? Let's not say anything yet. Like, but it's not looking good.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, because it's one of those
That
things.
sucks,
Like
man.
if you break it down and the concept of it, so that's Josh, guys. Look at Josh. So I'm here
Yo.
doing his audio stuff.
Yeah.
He took my keyboard. he
need
took
it.
my keyboard. So the crazy thing is this was almost like the same shit that happened with that Dan Harmon guy. You know, just a couple of months ago, we had that fucking Rick and Morty dude come out.
Yeah.
And then all the fucking charges got dropped, which doesn't mean shit. It just means like they could probably either settle out of court. But I haven't heard anything from Rick and Morty being like, oh, we've totally brought Dan Harmon back. Thank God he's innocent. We totally knew all along. They are still keeping him off of the fucking roster. So what is that? Where does that put us with that situation?
I mean,
Like-
he's toxic. He's radioactive. You can't touch him. I mean, it's one of those situations that no matter what the outcome was, the damage was done, dude.
Yeah, the damage is way done. And the situation is like, what do we do with that post now that the allegations and the arrest happened to Jonathan Majors? What do we do with the Yale comment? Because now people are coming out of the woodwork and they're like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. Yeah, man, boy, do I got stories from college. He's a huge piece of shit. And it's like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, it's almost like he's about to go through like his Me Too kind of movement. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be it just sounds like a bunch of shit's about to pop off in his life. And I hope it's not real. Like I personally don't want it to be real because I just don't want to think someone, I don't know, maybe I think in a fantasy world, I don't think people are evil by nature or whatever.
I don't think that it necessarily has to be by nature. And I was kind of tiptoeing around this when I first introduced the topic. Shit happens, dude. Like, I'm not condoning physical violence against anybody, but shit happens, dude. And it just sucks that whatever, and the reports are that he's a dick. Jonathan Majors is a
Yeah, he's really rude to
dick
people and he's an asshole.
from back in the day. But that doesn't mean that he beats women. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you
true.
could be a dickhead and not put your hands on a woman. You know what I'm
True
saying?
that.
So I'm taking everything with a grain of salt at this particular instance. Yeah,
Okay,
man.
so-
In the bat of an eye, man. In a split second, everything you worked so hard
Everything
for
you worked on
is
could be taken
is
away from
gone.
you.
Yeah, man.
So
It's
a shitty, selfish question. What does Marvel do from here on out for the franchise? Like, not the franchise as in a business, but what do they do to save the movies, man? What do they have to get rid of the Kang?
They have
character?
to they have to assess how this plays out first. I don't think they are in the business of panicking. But I do think that they need to just pause for a second, reassess what is going on around them. If it's salvageable, which depending on how the outcome is, then go move forward. But
I gotta
don't-
ask
don't
though,
know.
boys. I really gotta ask. Being that we know comics and we know some shit, how can they save face? If they got to get rid of Kang in just general, what can they do? Dude,
I think the public would understand.
I think 100% Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
They bring in Doctor Doom. They bring in Owen Reese, and they knock it out of the park. They bring us a real Secret War. Fuck that weird
Bro.
Kang bullshit.
If I was Disney, I'd be like, man, y'all got me fucked up. I'm recasting him. I'm not changing my fucking plans because he couldn't keep his hands to himself. I'm recasting his ass, bro. This isn't T'Challa. This isn't one of those situations,
Okay,
bro.
okay,
I'm
good point,
recasting
good point.
his ass, bro.
And we're
Fuck
just
outta
continuing on.
here. Yeah, Jonathan Majors. Look,
That makes the most financial sense too.
I mean,
Jonathan
yeah,
Majors.
you're already in that mode, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Jonathan Majors. Thanks, whatever guarantees you got in your contract. Good luck, a good job. You got us, but I'm recasting you, bro. I'm not changing my 10-year plan
I feel
because
feel
you want to
dirty
choke
asking
out
this
your
stuff.
girl. Fuck out of here, man.
I feel dirty asking about this because it's
Nah,
like
man.
I don't want it to be real, but like shit's real, and if it goes off, who do we got that comes in and replaces Jonathan Majors?
Listen, I love Jonathan Majors, but I like my Marvel movies when they're good. Better, sorry.
Yeah,
at
when
this
they're
point.
when they're good.
So,
But who do we got?
Hold on.
Who- okay, real quick.
Actually, I have somebody who I think would be a
fan cast right now. Who do we got?
shit.
Brian,
John David
name one
Washington.
Okay.
John David Washington.
Yeah,
John David
Denzel Washington's son.
Denzel Washington. John, what's his name?
John David Washington.
John, I'm so fucking stupid.
I don't think he's been in the MCU either yet. I mean,
No,
like,
he
it
hasn't.
doesn't matter.
Oh, dude, the guy from Tenet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that is good though. That is good. I can see that. I can see that working. He's a good actor. Solid
Yeah.
motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
And he brings legacy. Denzel Washington's son.
Yeah, dude.
I'm about that.
Did you just see how fast we recasted this guy, bro? That's
Hey, that's hey, no,
that's
no,
probably
that's
the reason
business.
why. Yeah, that's probably
the
the reason
business.
why Disney put out that statement, like, "Yeah, we're weighing our options, man."
Yeah,
We got-
That's-
Dude, and
that's
you
the
gotta
business.
remember, bro. I'm sure that they got a fucking drawer full of other dudes who they could just. Oh, we like this guy, right? Cool, bring him in.
I let people know before I even started. Selfish question. I put my title on that shit real quick.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I don't have a heart. I have a heart. I'm just saying, like, just selfishly, I'm asking, what do we do from here on out?
But I'm saying you look at it from a business perspective, dude.
Yeah,
Like Trick
straight. You're
said,
gonna
that has
have
got
to-
to be the most fiscally.
Because you're right. They cannot just be like, all right, cool. Trash the Kang storyline. Just
Fuck
trash
that.
everything. Bring
Nah,
Galactus.
man.
Bring drop Galactus in and bring in.
That would
bring in
be
this guy.
like that would literally be the most fiscally
Yeah.
irresponsible
Yeah,
thing I've
dude.
ever
Yeah, nah.
heard come out
fucking,
of
we
Marvel.
got Marvel. What is it? Fucking Captain America 2. Fuck. Here's the Fantastic Four cameos.
If I was
There
Bob
you go.
Iger, listen. If I was Bob Iger and Kevin, what's his fucking name?
Kevin Feige.
Feige would have came
Kevin
to me and
Feige.
said, Kevin Feige, if he came to me and it said, you know what? Listen, Jonathan Majors, the guy, we can't do nothing with the guy. We got to trash the whole fucking story and start over.
Just throw it all away, dude.
I would fire
Revamp
Kevin. I would fire Kevin Feige right there to his face, and then I would get on a PA system that was all over the entire compound.
Everybody go home, sink that Disney fucking Marvel ship right now. Pull the plug on that. Hit an iceberg.
You guys are all fired. Go home.
That'd be funny. Revamping everything.
Have you you know, and it's super funny that you say that. Have you ever seen Ford versus Ferrari? Ford v Ferrari?
I've seen
yeah,
some
I've
of that. I
seen
didn't see the whole
highlights
thing.
too.
Okay,
I've seen
so in the very beginning of the movie, you know, Henry Ford II, he like shuts the whole production, the whole assembly line down, and he says, "Everybody go home." And he tells the story about how his grandfather, you know, blah blah blah. He was like, "Tomorrow you all come back. The people who have who have an idea get to keep their jobs. Everyone else stay at home. You don't deserve to be here." I was like, shit.
I think
That's
that-
an
I think-
easy way to create a fucking
think
group
that's-
of working slaves, dude.
But I think that's way
that guy.
nicer than what than what Bob Iger might have
Yeah,
in planned.
Bob Iger be doing
if they
that.
did some shit like that. I think that he would tell them to go home and just not wake up thinking that they were coming back ever.
Bob Iger comes in and he's like, "Did you like some DC fucking post? I'll fucking fire your ass. Dude.
Yeah,
You
nah.
better not be about them, dude."
Fire
Bob
yourself.
So you're
Iger's
still
fired.
friends with
Oh, I
James
see-
Gunn?
Yeah, I see you're still friends
work
with
for him
James
then,
Gunn.
punk.
Yeah,
Fired. You're on
Everyone's
fucking
gone.
probation,
Straight to
boy.
jail.
Straight to jail, dude. Fucking, we got Robert mentioning Andrew Tate in the comment section. Get out of here, man. We're not gonna talk about that crazy shit. We're not gonna talk about Andrew Tate. Crazy guy. He's fucking nuts.
Here,
That'll
this
be
is
on
the only
another
thing
show.
I got to say about Andrew Tate. He's a
I'll
big
tell
piece
you
of
what.
shit. Fuck him.
No. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you. If you want to hear anything about us talking about Andrew Tate, join the Discord. We'll talk shit about Andrew Tate all day on the Discord.
You
Talk
know
about
what,
all
dude?
that shit.
Let me hop on the disky right now.
Yeah, jump on the Disky, jump in there and talk mad shit, and all balls deep, dude. We won't even stop you in the time limit. You can talk all day, dude. Discord. Don't forget, search the Average Boys with a Z. You'll find it real quick. Jump in the Discord. It'll be a fun place, man. You guys will love it. All the kids are doing it, man. You don't even have to pay for it. It's not Patreon. Onwards into the next part of the conversation, boys. Our OnlyFans, dude. OnlyFans. We're about that shit. Feet finder, dude. Watch out. I gotta ask, guys. Last part of the conversation before we head out. Did you guys see episode 5 of The Mandalorian?
Yep.
Oh man, dude. Oh man. Boys, let's talk about it. So we had new episode of Mandalorian. A lot of Bo-Katan work. A lot of reference to Rebels. A lot of stuff going on. Triggs, are you still there? Uh-oh. Oh, there you are. Okay, you froze real quick.
Okay, yeah, no, dude. Like you guys, just
Maybe
exited
you
off my
spaced out
screen.
because you're fucking on the sauce, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe you spaced out. You're just like, oh shit, everything's slowing down, dude.
Right,
Boys,
dude,
tell me about
fucking,
your.
dude. The Tate brothers are like, come at me with the Matrix, bro.
Yeah, the Matrix, dude.
God
Oh,
is
don't even
ass.
start, dude. Jesus Christ. Let's go, boys. The Mandalorian. Let's go. What'd you guys think of the episode? Oh, dude.
Okay, so we lost
silence.
Triggs again. All right, I was trying to not talk about.
I
this-
was just the
this damn time.
silence, just like easy.
It was good. I think the action kind of got me involved in the episode. It's quickly turning to me what it looks like into the Bo-Katan show. I'm kind of not feeling that. I'm not really familiar with Rebels, so like the cameo
Mhm.
didn't hit me like it should have.
Yeah.
Admittedly so. But it was cool. I liked it.
Triggs, what about you, man? I get you kind of popping in and out a little bit, but let me get your jump on this, man.
Oh man, dude. Honestly, I really like the episode. I feel like the show's like, even though I know that Brian feels like it's kind of turning into the Bo-Katan show, I totally understand where he's coming from. But you know what, dude? It's really, really starting to pick up steam. Even though, yeah, they are really taking away from Din Djarin, and I'm still not the biggest fan of that. But I do really feel like it's finally hitting its stride a little bit, and it's finally starting to come back to that Mandalorian series that we kind of know a little bit.
Yeah, true that. For me, it's probably in the same boat. I feel like it's all right, man. It's still way better than Boba Fett.
Oh,
So for
100%.
them, for them to be pushing into Bo-Katan's story, bringing up the Rebels cartoon, I even thought originally when they created the Mandalorian that it was supposed to be a way for them to kind of like initially bring back the story of the Rebels cartoon. So for it to be, here we are, season 3, episode 5, and we get Zeb from Rebels, which is one of Ezra's team's members that just pops right in. Literally, they even brought the voice actor Stephen Bloom to do his voice again. So like it wasn't just some random like here's an alien that kind of looks like no. This is straight up the character from the cartoon. It kind of gets me excited because I know that we're going to be getting more information coming out about Ahsoka. We're going to get into the Ezra story, which was a banger of a fucking story in the cartoon, man. Rebels is such an underrated animated short or animated series. It was so good. So for them to bring in Zeb, I believe his name is like Garazeb Aurelios or something like that, right? He's kind of like the muscle of the team, but of course he's voiced by probably one of the most famous voice actors, Stephen Bloom, who he'll be, I believe, in like Corpus Christi Con this year or somewhere. I forgot. I just recently saw him somewhere on a post. So badass to see him still out there doing his shit, and I'm super excited for them to express on the Ezra story, man. But then at the same time, like Bo-Katan had a huge story in that also. And then of course, if you saw the episode, I'd been waiting for fucking Brian this whole week. I was like, Brian, did you see it? Brian, did you watch it? Brian, did you see it?
No, you were saying I was assuming because you didn't want to spoil it for me, but I was like,
yeah, that was exactly why, because the ending.
You can spoil it because I'm not gonna even know.
No, dude, because we have the release. We have the escape of Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon escapes the ship. That was like, to me, that's wild because this opens up the idea. Okay, they found Beskar armor on the ship, which means some faction of Mandalorians is out there that's helping Moff Gideon, who right now Bo-Katan is leaving the faction of the Forger or the Armorer to go look for the rest of the Mandalorians, which means there are other factions of Mandalorians out in the galaxy, which means more than likely, who's the other Mandalorian that's just as famous, if not more famous than Bo-Katan? Sabine Wren. That means Sabine Wren, the person that's looking for Ezra, is probably working with Moff Gideon. And the crazier thing, too, is Moff Gideon, if he's still alive, he's the actual owner of the Blacksaber, which means Din Djarin is not the legal holder of the blade if he's not dead. So the rest of the Mandalorians are going to be like,
you don't have to kill him.
Kill him. Yeah. You have to get him, or you got to get him. That's it. Like, there's no other way. He kind of got it to be where they captured him and they let him go, and they were like, all right, cool. Well, this guy stole it from us anyways. But now
but that doesn't make any sense. I don't think that's true because everybody knows Moff Gideon was never dead, though. Yeah, and so the Mandalorians never questioned him having the blade, though.
But the crazy thing is going to be when they find that other faction of Mandalorians, who are they going to want to follow? Who are they going to follow? They're going to follow the guy who earned the Black Blade because he killed and got it to the tradition? Or are they going to follow Din Djarin and Bo-Katan, who got the Black Blade off of someone that they just took it from? Who are they going to follow? Who are they going to stick with? When Bo-Katan shows up and Moff Gideon's like, oh, look, these are the dudes that stole the Blacksaber from me. They didn't even kill me. Where are you going to go with these guys? You know what I mean? That's going to be like, I'm kind of excited for what they got playing on. And then if it's Sabine Wren, oh, man, even cooler. Sabine Wren is the Mandalorian character that was the love interest for Ezra in the Rebels cartoon. She's the one that actually gave Bo-Katan the Blacksaber in the first place. Like, she's the one that actually took it from, what's his face? Darth what the why can't I think of this guy? The dude with the spikes in his fucking hair.
Darth
the
Maul.
fucking dude. Darth Maul. There we go. Darth Maul. I couldn't think of his fucking name for a minute. She's the one that actually took it from him and gave it. So now there's so much like just really weird situation going on with who owns the Black Blade. You know what I mean? Like
I don't think so. I think you're wrong about that. I don't think you have to.
You don't think it's gonna be the push?
No. I just don't think you have to kill someone to obtain the dark saber. You just have to beat them. You just have to beat them in combat. I looked it up because that doesn't make any sense. There was no mention anywhere in this episode that there was another possible owner of the dark saber other than Din Djarin. Like they took their time to make it known, and that the Mandalorians see him as the owner of the dark saber. I don't think
you know what? I think it was because of the fact that they believed Moff Gideon was supposed to be executed.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It was a known fact that it wasn't a secret that he didn't kill Moff Gideon, and they were secretly transporting him to get judged on trial. Like everybody knew that. So maybe I'm wrong, because maybe that's the reason why the Mandalorians helped him escape, other than the fact that they are just that down for him. He's got that many people in his pocket. I don't think you have to kill someone to obtain the darksaber.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if I just have to look it up, I'll find it right now. I'll go through it, but if I'm not mistaken, I do believe it's because of the fact it's the person who possesses it, but the true owner is the person who like inherits it off of someone who dies.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, it might have changed for the TV show. It might have changed, but it's because I believe that they wanted him to, what is it? Damn it, I get on the side. I was gonna check to see if I can find it there. They wanted it to be where, or maybe Mike Betancourt, dude. He's in the comment section. He'll pop off. Michael Betancourt, if you're in the comment section, let us know what is the law of the black saber in the Mandalorian culture. Does the person have to kill the person to attain it, and then you're in charge of it, or not? That's just really all I got. Or if anybody wants to Google it for me, that'd be fucking fantastic. Because I am not at my computer. It's very hard for me to look up stuff. But even in the aspect of it, too, like, you're gonna look it up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have three monitors.
You're like, I have 28 monitors and 8 keyboards and all those.
Yeah, dude. I didn't tell you guys, man. So originally, I had a 34-inch ultra wide monitor, right? And I was transporting that, and during transit, it fucking broke, dude.
Yikes.
Oh fuck, dude.
It's right there on the floor, broken.
Damn it, dude, that sucks. Yeah, but if you find it, let me know. But I'm kind of excited about that, man. I mean, I like that there's the fact that they're really, really pushing on the Rebels. Like I said, I do like the fact that I'm just really excited because this TV show, The Rebels, ended on such a high note, and it brought us such a great villain with Thrawn. I'm sorry. Like, Thrawn is such a great, like, character, and he's such, like, I don't even know how to explain it. And it's so perfect to know that when Disney wanted to have him as an actual character, Star Wars wanted to have him, they brought in the villain guy from Morbius, the friend that's friends with Jared Leto's character. That actor was supposed to be Thrawn, and if you ever look him up, like, he almost looks exactly like him, man. But
now that I think about it, didn't Djarin try to give the shit to Bo-Katan, and
she said she couldn't take it
and she acknowledged him as the owner. She acknowledged him as the owner of the darksaber, and if anybody would know, it would be her, right? It would be her. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't know if that changed with the television show, or I mean, that changed with the Mandalorian to the actual history of it. So,
I'm looking at it now. It just says that it must be won in battle. It doesn't say anyone has to die.
Actually, we got the man, the myth, the legend himself in the comment section, Michael Betancourt. Mike, the question is, does the Mandalorian black saber have to be earned in combat through life and death, or can it be accepted on like a forfeit and then the person walks away like Moff Gideon? Because what I'm talking about
that's not a forfeit. That's a being.
That's like a win. Yeah, like a win. Yeah,
that's a disarmament.
Yeah, it's a surrender.
Or a yielding.
Yeah, it's a surrender. It's surrender.
Yeah.
It's him giving up.
Okay.
It's him fucking off. It's him like, I don't want to die. Don't fucking kill me. Take my pants or whatever the fuck. Yeah, it's giving away shoes, man. It's not fucking. It's not for. It's whatever. I don't know what the fuck. I'm talking shit. But the idea is,
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it just has to be won in battle.
But-
I've been
but-
looking it up for the past 10 minutes, and it just says it has to be won in battle. I don't know
but
if
does
that
it
means
have to
life
be
or
in
death.
death though? Like battle
Yeah.
to death.
So Mikey's asking, in order for you to be the sole owner of the Darksaber, do you need to kill someone in order to obtain
It's
it?
not. It's
Ah,
not
fucking Mike's throwing me fucking crazy questions now. Can Bo-Katan take it now that she saved his life from drowning?
I doubt
Since
it
he
because
forfeit-
because they weren't in combat, and
No, but he
that's
forfeited
the
his fucking
stipulation.
ignorance by walking into a goddamn lake with no fucking finding
Doesn't
out the
matter,
ground.
dude. Yeah, that doesn't matter. They weren't fighting.
Dumbass Din Djarin. What's up?
Come here.
Oh, hold on real quick. Hold on.
Trigger.
Hey, Tricks, come here,
Yo.
man. Come here real quick. You know this guy?
Yo, what's
Yeah, that's Trigger.
up?
Yeah, he's one of our co-hosts. Yeah, dude. So,
Yo, hell yeah, Charlie, man! I'm fucking glad to see you. I know he can't hear me, man, but still.
no, he can hear you. You're in the
Oh
back.
shit!
Yeah,
Hell
we're
yeah,
good. Yeah, he can hear you.
man!
Yeah, he
Wait,
can
they've been
definitely
able to
hear
hear
you.
us the whole
glad to
time?
see you, man.
He can hear. He can hear Echo. Right?
Hell yeah, dude! Man, I hope you're doing well, man. I'm love to see that you're still gigging, dude. Hell yeah, man! I need to catch one of your fucking shows next time I go down.
Most deaf. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Thank you guys,
Dude,
man.
hell yeah! Thanks a lot, Josh. I really appreciate that, man.
We got a whole cast of the RGB's favorites. down
Yeah,
here right now,
dude,
I'm telling
man,
you.
and I'm so
I'm
dude,
telling you, Brian, like, it's
honest to
fucking-
God, man, I'm
it's supposed
so
to be, dude.
blessed that I'm that integrated. Like,
Okay, so
really.
Michael Betancourt also says no because the blade was taken from
True.
Darth Maul without his death.
That's
There you
why.
go.
That's
Like,
true.
I believe the stipulation is that there must be a yield or death.
Okay, because if that's the case, then yes, he did win it off of Moff Gideon. But my question to you, Mike, is the reason why is because Moff Gideon, even for what he did to the Mandalorians during the battle in Rebels and the Clone Wars, when they deleted when they killed everybody on Mandalore and whatnot, why is it there's a group of Mandalorians that are following him and that helped him escape in this episode?
Because they're mercenaries at this point.
By
bro.
this
They're just-
time?
yeah, they're just hired help. Moff Gideon just hires them, and he's got a legion. He's got a fucking crew. You don't think someone like Moff Gideon would be able to have some Mandalorians on the payroll?
Negative, Mike. It shouldn't be Ahsoka. It should be Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi was the one that killed Darth Maul. Darth Maul did not die by anybody else's hands. So technically, it should be Obi-Wan Kenobi that is the Mandalorian.
Oh shit! Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I remember that. I remember you're forgetting that Elite Trooper Gar Saxon trained.
I like
No,
that
I
helmet,
remember.
bro. That Gar Saxon helmet is dope.
Yeah,
bro.
Gar Saxon helmet's good. Yeah, but yeah, because it's so interesting because like if he was the wielder of the black saber, a lot of Mandalorians will follow him in nature just because of the fact that it's the black saber. So that's a good concept to be like, okay, cool. Maybe like there was a faction of Mandalorians that followed him just based that since he had the black saber, he must be leading Mandalore. That's just the law. But now he doesn't have the black saber, but they still booked him out.
And not only that, but like you only are kind of have allegiance to the dark saber if you are a Mandalorian. Like those people that followed him, they really aren't technically considered Mandalorians. 'cause they take off
Mandalorian by law, right?
Yeah, because they take off their helmets, so they really don't have any allegiance to anyone. They're just mercenaries. They're hired help.
And
So I
that
get
was the thing too. I gotta ask that to you guys also, man. We talked about this several weeks beforehand, talking about the Mandalorian show and where it was gonna go. I talked about how I was very impressed by the idea that we'll eventually see Bo-Katan and the armor kind of butting heads on the fact of what's supposed to be right and what's
Not
wrong.
anymore.
Nah, dude, like so now we literally had the forger, the armorer, be like, remove your helmet, take that shit off, and you're gonna be Tom Cruise. From The Last
I don't
Samurai.
know how I feel about that.
Yeah,
bro.
there's something weird about
I'm
it, right?
kind of in that same boat, dude. Like the selfish part of me really wanted to be like that. Their ideologies were gonna come to head, and they were gonna have a clash, and it seemed to kind of go the other way, where it was the armor saying, you know what, dude, like I think we all need to change, not just you, but us as a whole. Because you know what, like we're not thriving right now, bro.
I mean, fuck, our younglings get picked up for the buffet line like
Yeah,
every
dude.
3 days, dude. I mean, they could just move out of that goddamn fucking spot that's just like a fucking feeding ground for all these animals and stuff, but they just choose not to. But so far, guys, okay, so The Mandalorian season 3, It's been popping off. It's okay. But what do you guys feel on a ratio? We just got done watching probably one of the greatest television series in history called The Last of Us. And now we're back to watching a Star Wars episode. It's not Boba Fett's crazy antics, but we're back to the Mandalorian. How do you guys feel in ranking that the season's going so far? We are 5 episodes deep. So how do you guys feel so far and how it's been going?
Honestly, it hasn't really moved the needle up or down from my original like 6.5 rating. So I'm still there, dude. Like there's been some great aspects of each episode. I think the one that Carl Weathers directed was probably my favorite. This was pretty good though. Like this one, I'll probably give like a 7.5. Like the action in this episode was really good. But if I'm averaging it out, it's still gonna be like around a 6.5. You know, maybe a 7.
6.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Triggs, what about you, man?
Honestly, man, I'm kind of leaning a little bit more towards 8 because, like I said, man, it really starting to feel like it's finding its stride. I hate that it took 5 episodes for that to happen, but I mean, it is what it is.
But this is my thing, though. Triggs is like it took 5 episodes to get somewhere, and now you're already taking this away from our main character. Like I have an issue with that.
Like that's why I understand the reluctance. I understand the hesitation for the show, but nonetheless, it's still telling me a good story.
You're true. That's true. It is a good story. It's a good story.
Triggs, what would you rate it, man?
I'm at a soft 8.
Okay, good stuff. For me, I'm kind of like in the same boat, man. Like I kind of feel like the show started off kind of silly. They kind of made Din Djarin kind of a little bit dumber than normal. He was making a lot of weird mistakes and being like very clumsy-ish. Kind of reminded me of Boba Fett a lot, and it's starting to pick up a lot better. But in the aspect of it, I kind of feel like the Mandalorian show is working very, very well as a networking series for all of these different opportunities in the Star Wars realm. It's really becoming its own corner of the galaxy. It's really exploring a lot of different options that Star Wars hasn't been able to do in the previous series. So like what was cool is like Mandalorian 1, super serious, very cowboys and Indians, very great Western style storytelling. Part 2, The Mandalorian, bringing in a little bit more of the Star Wars lure, a little bit more of the sci-fi action. 3, building the galaxy a lot better. You know, we're jumping in between, a Coruscant and this planet that they're on. We jumped into Mandalore. We jumped into Mandalore and we actually explored that region. We saw the Mythosaurus. You know, we're really learning stuff about the culture that's embedded in this history of years of Star Wars knowledge.
Yo,
and
if you just put an S at the end of the title of this show, it would be a 9. It would be a 9.
Yeah, it would be. It would make more sense.
The show would be a 9 for me.
Because don't you feel that? Like you feel like it's really exploring the whole entire. Like if they would have done this, I feel like in this last episode when they had all the Mandalorians standing there, I felt like it was the Boba Fett episode when they were explaining the Tusken Raiders. Like they're really, really exploring the tribal aspect of this culture in this series, and it's really, really good. It's really good. But then this tribe is broken up into factions that don't all follow the same creed, and now they want to bring them all together, like almost like the Samoan race or something. Like I always get this like warrior tribe vibe when I see these guys in action, and it's so cool. Like it just. I don't know. Like, there's something about it. Like, yes, I know that it's not as big on Din Djarin's story in general. Not even Grogu. He's such like a back character right now. But it's so cool how they're exploring the Mandalorian culture a lot easier and breaking it down for those that don't know it from the cartoons. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because you would have to literally go back, watch like half of the Clone Wars, and then watch most of the Rebels to pick up on like these kind of weird backstories that have all been established. And just Mandalorian by itself has established such a great like just a legend of just all these characters. And now that they're implementing the characters from Rebels, it's just such a smooth transition. Like Michael Betancourt says in the comment section, Zeb, a character that came out in a cartoon literally fucking 20 years ago, made his live action appearance. What was it? Last year we had that fucking cowboy guy. What was his fucking name? The blue face dude. I just fucking forget his name off the top of my head. But you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. These characters that we've seen.
Cad Bane.
Yeah, tap in.
Yeah.
We see these characters as toys. We've seen them at fucking.
I beat you, Mike.
Walmart.
I beat you. Nice try, man. I beat you this time.
We see these characters and we're kind of like, oh, okay, cool. Like that dude's from Star Wars. I don't know shit
He's
about
like,
him,
enjoy
but,
it, punk.
but I know he's
I gotta get my wins, dude. I have to acknowledge my wins, man.
like. I mean, Michael Betancourt would tell you this a lot better. Cad Bane's character has been around for so many fucking years, and me as a Star Wars fan, I wasn't like, yo, let me get into this backstory of this fucking dude. I only saw his toys and was like, oh, that's that dude. I know that dude. That's that dude. I didn't care past that. And the Mandalorian season 2 explained it to me way better that I do know Cad Bane a lot better now. And now I know Zeb a lot better. And now I'm going to know Ahsoka Tano better. And I'm going to know Ezra Bridges later. I'm going to know all these characters that are super important. And they're all being brought in by this one show that Boba Fett couldn't do, that Obi-Wan couldn't do. The legacy characters couldn't do this. And I think that's the shining grace to the Mandalorian series. I think that's what gives it to me like a solid 7.5, like a relaxing 8, in my opinion. I'm really excited where the show's going to go now that they're going to push on Bo-Katan's. Thank you, sir. Ooh, brought me a fucking taco. Taco Bell. You know where it's from, Brian. You know where it's from. You know, right next to the border, and we got Taco Bell, my dog. Fucking best tacos in the whole nation, and we're still going for the fast food. It's about that life, bro.
That is so
disappointing. Straight up, that's my opinion, guys. What are your thoughts on the Mandalorian show, season 3? Is it going good for you? What did you think of episode 5? How do you feel about all the characters and everything that's going on? How do you feel about everything that we covered on today's show? We talked about a lot. How do you feel about Victoria Alonso? How do you feel about that one dude that I totally forgot about? How do you feel about John Majors and his situation? Let us know in the comment section. Guys, don't forget to hit us up during the week, during the week when you guys are doing anything chill and cool. What do you guys got planned for this weekend, boys?
Just hanging with family. That's it.
Oh, nice. Oh, WrestleMania, dude.
And it's WrestleMania. Yep.
WrestleMania. Mike, what about you, Triggs? What do you got?
Man, honestly, dude, I'm gonna kind of enjoy my weekend. I've had a very, very stressful weekend. My first full week in my territory. You know, on top of that, I had my quarterly sales meeting, so a lot of traveling. Dude, I've done like 2,400 miles this month alone. So yeah, dude, I've been driving a whole lot. So this is my relax time. I'm gonna game right after this. I'm gonna keep hitting my sauce. You know, play with my dog, and you know, dude, just enjoy my weekend. I got a couple things like for work that I kind of have to do, and yeah, man, that's pretty much just gonna be it.
Excellent, my guys. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad you guys are gonna do good stuff. I am gonna hang out with my friends in the greatest arcade in South Texas, Hamm's Arcade, the private arcade, and I'm gonna be excited for tomorrow's event, South Texas Battle Dojo, starting at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Guys, don't forget, it's gonna be live streamed on Twitch at Hamm's Arcade or Games at Arcades. So don't forget, check it out. I'll make sure that when they post it up, I'm going to share it. I'm going to try my ass to get out here because I don't want to miss any of the fucking excitement. I want to see all the ass whoopings that are going to be given. I'm super excited. Thank you guys again for jumping in on the show. We appreciate every one of you, to our extraordinary listeners. We appreciate every one of you. Stay safe. Have a good weekend. And we'll see you guys again here next Friday here on the Average Boys Podcast. Woo! Peace. Peace.